Welcome everybody to the finals of the Aphrodite Summer Dawn season. We started with 8 players, even more from the qualifiers, and now we are down to the final 4. Welcome my co-casters. We have Kuvadis Domine, or Never Walk Alone.
Or you can call me Stan. Hello.
Hello. And Ward.
Hello, everybody.
And yeah,
So yeah.
I need to say that I know that I might be a little bit low with my voice. Yeah, we tried the settings, so don't complain too much on the chat. We know that. Yeah.
But yeah, I think we can look and see who our final 4 players are. First, we have Robo Master. What do you think about Robo Master, What?
Robo Master is very interesting, right? Because this is the second season he was in. First season he was in is like the last one, and he just joined and decided to win it all. So let's see if he can actually do it again this time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 1 season so far and 1 win.
Yeah, the community put him as second to finish though, even though he is the defending champion.
Wow, second. I wonder what the community actually have as first.
Yeah.
We will see.
It's
Then we have Van Doherty.
Yeah, Vendo, he's basically like at his home at APH. Like every APH league, he was just there chilling.
Yeah, he has 2 wins under his belt, but the community did predict him to come in 4th. So he is going to show them what's up.
I mean, Vendo, they predict him as fourth, which is understandable as the performance that he provided in the APH. But if someone is keeping up, someone saw what Vendorti did yesterday when he went like playing the Open, got like what 9 wins in a row.
Oh
didn't drop
yeah,
a game.
undefeated.
Yeah, then maybe if he's still in this zone, then maybe this number 4 will not be true.
Yeah, and he is using the same lineup as yesterday, I'm pretty sure. But maybe one deck is different.
Actually, he's not.
Yeah.
Because I had the pleasure to face him twice yesterday. And I had the pleasure until the moment that he just won every single game against me. Then it wasn't a pleasure anymore, but yeah, he is in a good shape, definitely.
Oh yes, and then next we have...
Then next we should be having Kaizen.
Oh, he is the community favorite, actually. Kaizen, always performing so well in the Aphrodite League, but never having won before.
Yeah, Kaizen is just like he performing really well until the match says, yo, this is the final game. And then something just happens.
And you know what?
Like
that actually makes sense that community is predicting him to finish as a first because like he is not having any pressure. He's not fighting for the points when the other competitors are. So yeah, so he just wants to prove that he can finally get to the top 1 with so many top cuts already in the APH league.
I mean,
yeah, definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, indeed.
And last but not least, we have Salty Simon with his first appearance.
Yeah, first appearance, he showed up in the group stage, just took over. And yesterday, not yesterday, last week, he just showed up, won first game, no pressure at all. And now here we are. Community predicted him to be third, though. But when I look at it, like when I look at the 4 players, it's like for me, it's very hard to decide who can win it because all of them can actually do. All of them are very good players.
All of them showing an immense amount of accolades. Simon obviously being a really old LOR player, been here for a while, won a lot of tournaments, and we will see how that goes today.
Yep, he's still an APH rookie though. That's his first season, but he's performing really good so far.
Yes, and we will have our matchup of the day, Simon versus Vendorti.
Yeah, look, that's exactly what I said. Vendo is like all full of stats because he was an APH like almost every season. And yet, when you look at the community prediction, they predicted that him to lose against Simon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we can see a lot of zeros here next to the Simon, but like it will change. He's already in the top 4 with a big
Yeah.
chances of
And
getting.
the only zero that really matters here is the matchup wins, and they have not faced each other yet. So then we can take a look at the bracket.
Yeah, we definitely can take a look. What we can see here is the first match that's gonna be streamed, which is Strati Simon against Vendorti, and there will be happening the other semi-final, Kaizen against Robomaster at the same time.
All right.
Yeah, definitely very interesting games that we will witness today.
Yep. So then let's take a look at the lineups of Simon versus Vendorti. First, a look at the overall lineups. We see now Nidalee actually being the most represented deck.
Yeah,
That
no,
is so
the three
cool.
of them actually have it.
Yeah. I mean, the deck it's a fun deck, honestly, like, and it's a pretty complex one with a lot of choices, with a lot of options, with a lot of potential for like some mind games actually.
Oh yeah, I am seeing some spice here. Ash Freljord PNZ took the meta by storm. I'm gonna look forward to that one if it doesn't get banned.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we see 3 players on the Nidalee. I mean, that's a Gnar Nidalee, but like Gnar is probably like one of in most of those decks.
Yeah, the main card obviously being the Wings Giving, my favorite card in the game.
Yeah, surely this is the main card.
Yeah.
The wings giving.
I mean, the amount of the games I lost yesterday to Wings Giving made me think
Yep.
that it is actually the main card of this deck.
Yeah, Vendorti did pilot that very well, finding an attacker to close the game, and then we can go ahead and look at the lists from both of our players here. Starting with Simon's Jenna Nyla.
It's almost the standard one, the standard version. Like, I think everybody who runs Janelle right now actually has the exact same card, just maybe different numbering here and there.
Oh yes, just some ratios. The one of Sunken Temple classic that's found its way into the deck lists last season. Yeah, Jenna Nyla has been around for a while and it's still a powerhouse.
Yeah, and it's almost the same exact version as last season. Like, almost nothing changed, maybe just the one extra sunken.
Oh
But
yeah,
if
but
you-
this is a new deck here, Gwenny. Never seen before, usually ran aggro before, and now we have a full control version this season.
Yeah, with the Atakan as well. My favorite card in this deck right now.
Giga
Taking-
Chad.
True.
Yeah.
He's actually the inventor of the Atakan, Salty Simon.
Yeah, I've seen it first on the VOD stream, so I thought it's your idea. Well, if you're saying that Sati Simon invented that, I mean, I got a confirmation from the others as well. So
Yeah,
I'm
I just jumped it
laughing.
from the group stage. Bring it in.
I'm loving the One of Ruination. It's just so nice in open deck lists that the people have to play around that. But
yeah, it's so
the
annoying.
last deck will be Ash PNZ Full Elementals.
This deck I actually never really liked. It feels weird to play and feels weird to face.
Yeah, a little bit
But
brittle, maybe.
yeah, but when I saw like Salty Simon played it last week, he would just played it and won against counter matchups. So maybe he's just, he know what's up with that deck. Because
Yeah.
for me, I actually don't understand what's happening with that one.
Even yesterday, we did have a little feud between Simon and Robo. Robo was claiming that he's not going to be beaten by Simon and lost yesterday. We will see how it's going to be today. But first, let's take a look at Vendorti's decks.
Yeah, we're starting with Fire Ashen.
Yeah, he really likes this list. Very top heavy, double bright steel formation. This is what this meta has become. You just play the gigantic finishers that were never relevant before.
Yeah, and here with Vendo's version, he's actually like sure he's greedy on the late game units, but he is not greedy on the trees, which something I haven't seen a lot. I seen like when I see this deck, I just see 3 trees, but with Vendo's side, he just decided to like add bunch of strike. Like he have 8 strikes in the deck if you consider it in the judgment.
The judgment, so juicy.
Yeah, I think at the beginning those decks were playing like full set of the trees, like 3 landmarks, and even like the formal landmarks were played in the deck. Now it's more
Yeah.
like unit based, more followers, more spells to back up the strong followers you have.
All right,
Yeah, just
then
a lot of strikes to clear up the board if any unit just showed up. And then after that, we see Silver Kaisa.
oh
Which
yeah. Another classic, slightly reimagined.
Yeah, I think
do
this is a
I
version
do like the
just...
Radiant Guardians.
Yeah, the Radiant Garden and the Elm Heart are definitely cards that got picked in this season for this Silver Kaisa deck.
I love
But yeah.
I love when I'm playing against that deck that most of the lists are running actually just one of Abomination, but they always have it on turn 9. They always have it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And the last deck we have is my favorite Wings Giving. Let's go. Oh, I love the one of Poacher in open deck lists. Cheeky.
Yeah, it's like it's open deck list, so everyone will just have one of an annoying card, so you always force your opponent to play around it.
Oh yeah. I do know that Vendotti was thinking about reducing the prowess, but yesterday that did win him the tournament. So we'll see how it turns out today. I think we can go to bans.
Yeah, we definitely can. Okay, we do see like a very very mid-range lineup from the Vendorti, and a little bit diversity from the Salty Simon. We do have control decks. We do have like decks that I'm not even able to classify to one of those.
Yeah, I think Vendorti's intention might be here to like soft target any Gwen. So he's probably gonna ban the. Actually, it might just be the Ash.
I think also, yeah, Vendo have to ban Ash here. Because, like, Ash's entire thing is like that, I think, is just playing Iskilias and make sure she survives. But with decks like Vendorti, where he just only removal strikes and Ash can just freeze the unit that's striking, so it have to be the Ash ban.
Yep, I agree. And from Salty's point of view, I mean, the decks are so similar. I would just ban the Wings Giving, but I really want to see it.
So you're saying the Wings Giving gonna be banned?
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think the Ash has to be banned. Like against the mid-range lineups, freezes were always very very good tool, especially when you are relying on strikes to kill the 6 mana engine, right?
And relying on big beefy units.
Yeah, that is true. So Lava is predicting that the wings given is getting banned. What you think, Vat?
I actually not sure. Like, also looking at the Fire Shin from Salty Simon perspective, it's an annoying deck. You know, the barriers are very, very obnoxious. If you're playing something like Annie Gwen, I think Neela can aggro most of these decks down, but I think Salty Simon will just ban out the Fire Shin.
Yeah, I
All
agree
right.
with that. I agree with that.
Then after we reveal the bans, we can already hop into the game. What is it
Yeah,
gonna
so
be?
like to speed it up, I will tell you that Vendorti banned Ash, as we predicted, and Salty Simon banned Nidali, as Lava predicted.
Okay.
Oh,
And
nice.
we can move
I mean,
to the game already.
I'm sad about Wingsgiving
In a
being banned,
second.
but I guess I was correct.
I mean, I can
So-
see the vision because Nidalee Nar actually have a lot of denies. One have a lot of barriers, so it's just up to Salty Simon to see what is more annoying for him, more denies or more barriers. But he
Yeah,
just went
pretty
in
much.
the denies.
But yeah, I do think Vendorti is gonna target the Gwenny and win 2-1 against that. What do you think? And we are in the game actually already.
I actually think Salty Simon gonna take it 2-1.
Ooh. And you, Stan?
After what I've experienced from Vendorti yesterday, I think Vendorti we're gonna win. Especially
You know,
seeing this keyword on the one drop on the. Is it a voidling? That's how it's called. I'm bad.
yeah, the Voidling, yeah.
Yeah, because he rolled a deathless, so the voidling is getting another keyword, which is like 2 keywords for one mana. That's amazing for the Kaisa deck.
Yeah, something actually very interesting about Voidling, I would say it's a bug. But funny thing is that if he rolls Deathless, after getting Deathless, he will just have no keywords. Like, I experienced that and I was actually so mad because he was Deathless. I was like, yeah, I'm just one keyword away. I attack with him just to roll another keyword. Then he got Deathless. I legit saw it for one frame and then he was like, yeah, no. And then he just had no keywords after.
Oh, damn. Well, that's pretty unlucky. It's like a 1 in 20 or something.
Yeah, but it happens. It's weird that it works that way, but I guess it works that way. Watching the game, though,
we see the spell shield getting popped, setting up for a disintegrate play.
I mean, one thing that we are seeing right now in Salty Simon's hand, he have a lot of disintegrate, and it will be so annoying
Oh, yeah.
to play around as Vendo. But Vendo still have right of negation, right? So only thing that Salty Simon need to do is just play the game slow to try to bait out this right of negation, and then he actually can take over the game.
Yeah, and Vendorti calling Simon's bluff here does block the Any and forces one of the disintegrates already. Any will survive and level though.
I really wonder if the disintegrate is just a normal one or an Annie one.
Yeah, the thing is that Vendorti is actually quite happy of the outcome. Now he can play the Radiant Guardian with a tough and with a like basically tough keyword is like something that any struggles to deal with a lot.
Yeah, the only answer here is the Tibbers. Would need a disintegrate into the Tibbers here somehow.
Yeah, only way to read with Radiant is either Tibbers or you just flip Tybulk eventually.
But there is no Tybok in hand just yet. So let's see if Vendorti can overwhelm here in the mid game, or if Simon can stabilize.
Yeah, both players having quite a lot of cards in hands, which is quite normal for Gweneni. Kaisa is playing on a curve most of the time, but this time, like, both hands are pretty high value.
Yeah, Vendorti thinking about how to best utilize this Rite of Negation here. Would have 3 mana left to do something else this turn.
I mean, Windows' hand is like, I think it is the perfect hand for Kaisa, but at the same time, if he plays Kaisa, he just cannot do anything about the disintegrate. So he's in a quite tricky situation, actually. And
Yeah,
he decided
takes
just
the
to open
open
attack. Okay.
That's an easy lifesteal, and then I still healthy at 10. And there's the tie bulk.
There he
Let's see
is. I would assume he's
how-
at least at 8. That tie bulk. He's not quite there yet, but almost.
Yeah, Simon needs to play around the Explorer now.
Ooh, the Kaisa wait was so good from Vendos.
Yeah,
She can
opponents tap
for
out.
sure survive one turn.
And Simon takes that chance to pop that Tyborg. Count it down 1 extra turn here by playing it.
Yeah, now let's see this turn, because I think this is the turn that will decide the entire game. Like, if Simon can somehow deal with 1, maybe 2 of Vendo's board, like the important units, there is no comeback for Vendos. But let's see. Let's see how it ends up being.
Yeah, there is still a right. So if Vendorti takes the open attack, that is gonna be very dangerous.
Sadly, Simon
Oh.
has 10 cards in hand, so he has a bunch of the options.
Vendorti wants to use it offensively. Forces out a disintegrate here. And now, oh, it's gonna be used on the tough. Oh, and there's the
Oh,
right.
boy.
But there's no, there's another disintegrate, but the Kaiser lives.
The Kaisa, she lives, she kills Annie because Disintegrate didn't just get, I mean, Right of Negation not just getting Disintegrate, but getting everything, all the skills. Annie's skill, Gwen's skill. So I would say, yeah, sure, our life still died, but we got 2 Disintegrate for it, and we killed an Annie. So we
Yeah.
are sure that there is no more Disintegrates, almost sure.
And Simon does not have enough mana to play the Tyborg now. Instead has to go for a 1 damage whale setup.
Yeah, Vendorti picked like the healing just to make sure his damaged units are not damaged anymore. Another
Ooh, and the last
There-
one. The last
Oh.
one just showed up. Oh,
That's gonna
boy.
be big on this Kaiser here.
Yeah.
Again, Vendo's in a very tricky situation where if he develops, it will be very good developing. But again, developing into a removal deck can be tricky.
Especially against the deck that runs 1 Ruination. In this scenario, I don't think you are allowed to. Or you like go in. You just go in and you say they don't have it. But like they're on so many cards that there is a big chance. Salty Simon is already on Ruination.
Yep, that's why I'm laughing that little one-off. You don't even need to draw it for it to be impactful.
I mean, there's definitely options for Vendo to open attack, especially with the summoning Sunborn. He can just draw a Kaisa spell if he needs to. And he develops.
Oh, he is going in. Recognizes his position, cannot actually win with an open attack.
Yeah, that's like something the some players might be forgetting about that.
Was that a Tybok into box setup here, or is Simon gonna go for something else?
Maybe double ping.
Nope, it is the box. Calculated.
Yeah, and right now Kai'Sa... Sure, level Kai'Sa scary, but not as scary when she only have evolved keyword.
Yep. Question is, can you level Sivir on this attack here? So that your Kai'Sa survives.
Also, the question is, do you just straight up challenge a Tybok to make sure none of your champions die? Or how do you actually play that one? Because this spiderling will be annoying.
Yeah, the
for Sivir
Spiderling
level up.
can deny a strike, actually. Let me check. Sivir is at 18 on before this attack.
Yeah, okay, so we give up Kai'Sa for a Tybok, which I would say that's more optimal for Salty Simon, because you kind of want your Tybok to die anyway, because you play Harrowing, then you play Atakan.
Yep. And we still have the Tibbles, which will deal 3 damage now.
Now we
with
just
Gwen.
snip. Snip real quick. Dealing a lot of damage, leveling up Gwen, and most importantly, draining. The live steal is very important for Salty Simon at this stage of the game.
If I'm not mistaken, there is like one rally in the vendor series, so that's something that Simon should play around at this point. Because it looks like he's leading the board so far. I mean, not the board, but like the game state overall.
Yeah, here, how can you actually do it?
All of the units just quite out of range of getting wiped by one whale.
Yeah, but the problem is right now for Salty Simon is that he is just not sure where if Vendo have another one of those Rite of Nations. And looking at Vendo's mana, which is 4, so I guess Simon actually have to play this one very slow.
Yep, those players taking the safe lines.
But that's actually something that Simon wants to see. Slowing the game a little bit more, and he's already at the comfort position, I would say.
Yeah, this Tibbles now dealing a lot of damage to the Nodis board.
Okay, Barb showing up. Still, Vendo's attack is kinda scary because we have 3 challengers. But yet again, even if you open attack with everything right now challenging, we still have Withering Wail on Salty Simon's side. And even if Salty Simon decided to not play anything, yeah, it's not
Commits
it's
the
not
whale
even funny.
pre-combat to not get blown out by another right, and setting up the Tibbles.
Yeah,
Really
beautiful
nice
actually.
play here.
And even if even if Vendo went for the Kai'Sa right now with summoning Sunborn, he will have no mana for the Rite of Negation. I mean, he doesn't have it anyway, but that will put Salt Salmon in a very comfortable position where he can just do whatever the fuck he wants.
And Vendotti concedes, and on the other side we have Kaizen beating Robo 2-0.
Wow, that was fast from Kaizen.
Oh yeah.
Like, we just watched one game on Vendos versus Salt Salmon, and Kaizen was like, yeah, no problem, I just win my entire game 2-0.
Yep, but we are in game 2 here now. We have Jenna Nyla versus Silver Kaiser.
Yeah, I think this
Targeting
matchup
Gwenny didn't work out, it seems.
yeah. Also, this matchup, I think, speaking from Salty Simon perspective, I think it just comes down to how many whales we have.
Mhm.
Because if we can get rid of the big units, like the important units with the Howling Gale, which is basically the highest DPS poke that we have in the deck, then we can just take over the game easily.
Oh, I see two killer cards in Vendorti's hand already. Tough and Lifesteal. And Tough and Lifesteal on a single card as well. But there is a Temple and no removal. Temple can run away with the game.
Yeah, and just to make it better, there is also a Spell Shield unit on top of all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. It's gonna be tough for Salty Simon to rebound from here.
Oh, Vendorti pushing the damage. Forces Simon to give up the Miriam.
Yeah, and now
Very-
Simon just have to do some ritual to make sure his top decks are good, because if his top decks start fumbling right now, he will be in such a bad position.
Okay, that is a lot of removal. But as long as Vendorti... Oh. Is Vendorti gonna keep up Explorer mana? Or is he just gonna take the lifesteal? There is just the lifesteal and lifesteal into Temple. And we play the casino.
Here we go! Salty Simon
Gamba.
hoping for max win. Let's see if he can do anything with that. I mean,
Oh.
hey, here he is. The boom, boom, boom guy is here.
And no right of negation to answer that. Against Tough, that is still not enough, though.
Yeah, tough is such an annoying keyword to deal with.
Yeah, really tough to deal with it.
I
All
laughed.
right. I'm sorry.
Are we gonna witness the boom, boom guy boom, booming? Actually, no.
No. We will Howling Gale instead.
I mean, makes sense, considering that Vendo's just vomiting out his entire board. And we have wow, we actually holding in the gale.
So if the 3-2 blocks the Tough, you can kill it. But Vendorti is probably gonna pull that out of the way.
This one hurts. This Janna dying right now hurts a lot. Because
Yeah.
Salty Simon just needed the discount from Janna so badly right now. But he just
Right.
got denied out of that.
We are just gonna throw it on the unit anyways. And hope to top deck another damage spell.
Hey, 5 damage is 5 damage, you know?
And there is one. So much invested though. And the right. No Rex to answer, but still gonna be annoying. Nyla cannot be the knight though.
Yeah, 2 more turns for Vendorti to play the Abomination. But can he survive that long?
Okay, just straight up
Yeah.
sending in the Nila.
Because like the keywords on the Abomination gonna be like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
And
that's
so
actually...
far Simon is not pressuring that hard, and the silver level as well.
I mean, we all know what is happening after the Temper is sticking to the board for a couple of turns. The fact that he's not pressuring now does not mean that he won't be able to clear the whole board next turn.
Oh, the spell shield on the silver is so annoying here. And even if you get a Rex to answer all of these low HP units, Vendotti did top deck the right.
Wow.
So
Damaging
much
spells.
removal, oh my.
But looking at it from Vendo's perspective, he can kind of deal with it. Oh, buddy. No, that's...
If Simon wants to deal with these units here, he would have to put the spells on the stack before silver attacks. But that would get punished so hard instead. Takes a safe develop.
Ooh, but not a safe approach.
Even the safe develop gets countered by the right. I don't know, maybe you just had to take the chances, but this looks over if Vendotti wants to pull the trigger here. Vendotti thinking about what other cards Simon could have. Another Gotcha and Mystic Shot is like the only thing. But it will not be, and it's 1-2-1.
It was a very tough game for Simon, because how can he even play? He have just to Gamba. I either play around the sharp side or the right of negation. And looking at Vendo's deck, he have more sharp side than right of negation. So I guess I just play around sharp side.
Man, losing even with the temple. I think he just had to take the gamble for the Ruined Rex the turn it was playable. But now we have Fiora Shen versus Jenna Nyla, which I think is also quite favored for Fiora.
I think this match is just dependent on how aggro-ish can the Janna get. But looking at it from Vendo's perspective and his hand, and he's just saying, yeah, I will not get aggroed down today.
Yeah, that's not the most aggro hand.
Yeah, not the most aggro hand from Salty Simon, and I would say almost the best hand for Vendo's. I mean, not even defensively, but even offensively.
Like, one strike is all you need in this hand, and it's goated.
Yeah, and the thing right now about the Vendo's is that he's just not having just a defensive hand, but it can also go offensive. But Salty Salmon actually knows it and was like, yeah, this Badger Bear need to go before Shen shows up and makes my life a nightmare.
Well played, denying the support target from this Shen. Also denying the cost reduction on the barrier spells in hand that way. And there is no strike to answer this Janna.
Yeah, this Janna will just slowly but surely take over the game.
There is another Radiant Guardian though.
Okay. I mean, Janna secured an Eye of the Storm, which is not the best optimal draw, but at least it's a draw for next turn. Usually what you want to have after a Janna turn is just Exalted Cloudwinder, because he just basically another 3 draws, which exactly what Janna needs. But yeah, so we have played 1 cost, we have Eye of the Storm in hand, so the game is not as bad as it should.
Oh! What a heads up concerted here.
Okay, why we use the eye on the Janna though?
Yeah, I don't know. Simon probably thought that was a strike both units.
Yeah, they strike me, I make my unit bigger. That's the actual move, but this strike is just one-sided, so
did lose out on a little damage.
I think that's what we call is -2 damage. From Simon's perspective.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so Vendotti didn't trade, but then decided to hit on the attack anyways.
Yeah, because of the Radiant Guardian, right?
Ah, the Guardian. I was thinking about Shen lines, but that tough guy girl is gonna take over the game.
Actually, mystical move from Vendos, but very smart. Taking 3 to play a 5 steal, like, I think that's stonk. That's very worse for Vendos.
Also
Still.
has the proactive landmark removal in hand, but the leveled Nyla plus the deal 5 in hand.
We have the boom
Probably
boom
gonna
guy, but
be-
he's not. I think 3, right?
Yeah. Or is it 4 actually? Taking the lifesteal.
I mean, what is part right now for Vendos is that even though he had a very good Shen setup, but Salty Simon read it through it, so it's basically just denying Vendos from
Ooh.
having his supported cards.
Alright, we handshake. The Radiant Guardian will be alive, but we get 1 round of Temple here.
Which I would say is exactly what he needs.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Of this exchange, yeah. Do
Just a
summon
boom boom
X,
boom
or-
boom guy showed up.
Yeah, probably.
Time to Rex all over them.
Is he gonna say the boom boom line? Actually, no, not yet.
Forcing the barrier first. Or maybe not.
Okay. That just happened.
Is it jump blocks here? But now both units have barriers, which is not that relevant, but it eats like 1 hit from the Rex. Because I'm assuming that's
Yeah.
the play for this turn.
Yeah, I think we will not get a better 10 for Rex than this one. Yep,
That's
that was definitely selective from Rex. I think he just hates that card in particular.
Getting sniped. No overflow damage to the Nexus, which is what you usually want. But there is another Radiant Guardian in Vendarti's hand, and now his barriers are cost reduced. Has a form up as well now.
Wow, Jajana is actually putting in the work.
Vendarti's also threatening a judgment here.
yeah, but hit to have
Oh.
a unit for that.
Yeah, this does enable the Radiant Guardian here. I wonder if that is the line Vendarti's gonna take. Which will tap below the judgment, but tough lifesteal is so nice to have.
Ooh. He just
Especially
gave
with
up on the Shen.
all this protection in hand. +2/+2, 2 barriers.
Another boom boom guy just showed up. Wow, that's so good.
Oh,
Yeah. And the Radiant and the Rex can kill the Radiant. I mean, could now. Not anymore.
you would
I wonder
need
if we would
6
just straight up just
triggers
go
for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, I was considering the max amount of triggers, but like obviously we are not having them. But since it's fleeting, it will be played anyways, probably.
Then here we look at the garden, just
Alright.
showing that she have tough. And the boom boom guy showed up.
Ooh, again. Very good hit.
Can actually save the Radiant.
Yeah, one more hit on the Radiant will be better, I guess.
But hey, we cannot get everything from Rex, huh? And he makes sure that we don't.
Oh, this is a game here. Oh my god. It's all about protecting this Radiant here.
And just missing shot
Now-
to make sure the Janna levels.
The Jenna draws. We do have another draw 2 in hand. These are gonna be cheap cards.
Let this draft guide your hand.
Oh boy, the slap streams. And the other another Howling Gale. Oh man, this game is everywhere. But one thing, like, Vendo's keeping up right now, he's basically having a tab open in his brain, just thinking of what card is out, what card is in. And one thing for sure here is that Salt Summon is out of Rexes, so that's like a relief, basically a relief for Vendos.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I think we're gonna see a judgment next turn. But is Simon gonna deny the lifesteal here? Would be an option.
Oh wow.
He is.
Swept into the cyclone's fury.
Yeah, like Simon is on 15 cards, no more Rexes left.
I feel my will made manifest.
We'll see.
Your wind makes my burdens lighter.
And like, he
Ooh.
has already a lot of cards that draws.
If Simon only attacks with the elusives, there is no judgment angle. And
Yeah,
no
but-
way for Vendorti to interact.
Okay.
Playing it
Yeah, just
slow though.
trying to get rid of her.
Testing the waters.
My wind is at your back. Go.
Drawing more. Again, seeing what we can have.
We have so much mana, we can basically draw through our whole deck this turn.
I mean, Salt Salmon have to play around the strikes here, right? Because Vendorti have like three single combat, 2 gentlemen, 2 concerted.
Even
Once-
more draw. And
But
he
actually have none.
sees the line, and Vendorti has no answer. And Simon takes it with the elusive lethal set up with the
Wow.
self-kill on the unit last turn. Wow, this was a match. Oh my.
Yeah, and even though that Vendos run 8 strikes, he only had the one strike that would just not work in
Yeah.
this kind of scenario.
The judgment. You can just play around that.
Yeah, the elusives are just making sure there is no live steal, there is no funny business happening around here.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Simon maneuvered that expertly, never giving Vendorti an early time to get Shen value. And maneuvering around all of the lifesteal and stuff. Very well done. So we will
Yeah.
see him in the upper bracket. But let's take a look at how we are looking now.
Yeah, it looks like the scores are not fully updated yet.
Yeah, we
Yeah, but-
will have Simon versus Kaizen.
There we go.
Simon
Yeah.
versus Kaizen. I would say this was not on my bingo card for today. Like just
Yeah,
two meeting in the upper finals.
I think
Yeah.
I also predicted it very incorrectly.
Yeah, I mean, I actually gave up after getting 0 points in the first day of predictions. Yeah, I don't know how I managed to do that. But yeah, we will have Vendorti versus Robo in the losers. And after this break, we will take a look at Simon versus Kaizen.
I think we are finish. We'll see you guys back in like 5 minutes around. So yeah, stay with us and see you.
Welcome back, everybody, to the upper finals of the Aphrodite League Summer Dawn season. We just had a great game between Vendorti and Simon moves on to face Kaizen here.
Yeah, not what I was expecting.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you did predict Simon, right? I was the one who said Vendorti.
Yeah, it was like Vendo could have made it because what we saw yesterday, but lineups are way different. And
Yeah.
when lineups are different, it's basically a completely different playing.
Yeah, there is the patented ban system of the Aphrodite League, and Vendorti did have. Wait. No, actually, he didn't have Jen and Nyla banned. It was just limited.
Oh,
That's
wow.
interesting. Yeah, I just
Oh,
checked
wow.
again. But anyways, we will have Simon going on against Kaizen. This matchup we have seen twice already this season.
Yeah, this matchup, it's like Kaizen could be a little bit scared because he lost to Simon every time he faced him. And again, he could be a little bit scared because Kaizen is in his zone getting second place. It's still not decided yet because this is just upper finals. There is still a safe net if you lose this one.
Yeah.
But getting the win is definitely important here.
Oh yeah, the community predicted it towards Kaizen, and we will see how that turns out.
Yeah,
But let's take a look at what our players are playing for, actually. Let's take a look at the prize pool. Yeah, so we have 25 euros for first, 15 for second, 10 for third. If you are in the upper finals, you have secured your top 3, which means that Simon and Kaizen both at least get away with 10 euros. But then there's the coveted championship points.
That's
Yeah, and
probably
most
the
importantly as well, the
prize.
APH points. First
Oh,
place
yeah.
getting that 100 APH points.
But yeah, actually, Vendorti is already secured as the winner of this season's Aegis season. And yeah, so he doesn't actually need to win. Maybe that's why he didn't try hard as much. But we shall see who takes away the 4 points.
Also, before we move on, there is something else I want to mention. As you can see now, there will be something happening today's evening.
Ooh, who is this sleek dude here?
Always handsome fella that just showed up here.
Yeah, so basically the idea is that we're having a streamer crash at the 8 p.m. The European time this evening. And if you want to check more details, just exclamation mark streamers crash on our chat, and there are links to the places where you can watch it, or even you can still sign up to be on the wait list, because we already have some people, but there is a chance not all of them gonna show up, so you can still possibly play in that event.
Also, yeah,
More
I would just do a shameless plug-in here, but I checked in the doc, and actually 7 people signed in to play with Ingapper's team, while only 3 she want to play in my team. So yeah, please, any players.
We need the players for that, yeah.
Yeah, I need help in here.
Everyone, please.
Maybe you can get one of the 2 upper finalists.
That would be very nice, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. Let's see the decks that Kaizen is actually playing, because we have seen the Vendorti's decks already.
Oh, we have the classic Ravna, this season's most hated deck.
Yeah, and Kaizen actually having a very good, like, interesting approach with it. With he's like, yo, I know Zoe is an important card here, so I will just have 3 Zoes and champion just bunch of champions. Just depending on the situation I'm in, I will just play for one of them, depending on the matchup.
Oh yeah, Kaizen definitely likes his one-offs in this list. The Sunhawk stands out to me, and the Falling Star. Combo.
Yeah, one of Moonlight Affliction is like a scary card to play against, like all around, like burst spell that enables disables 2 of your blockers. Yeah, that sounds very scary. But
Yeah, I did.
let's move on and see the next deck of Kaizen Fiora Shen. We have seen already that deck today.
Yeah, very similar list to what Vendorti brought. 1 Heart of the Tree, 2 Bright Steel, 1 Judgment.
Yeah, but interesting here about Kaiser is that he doesn't have the Gentleman Duel, yet you only have 1 of 3. So
Playing some
what did
War Chefs.
Yeah, 1 War Chef, 1 Extra Protector, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And last but not least, we have another Wings Giving. Let's hope it doesn't get banned this time.
Yeah, and Kaizen here is having 2 Quicksand instead of the 1 Quicksand, 1 Wallop, but hey, it's what you prefer in the defensive stances, and he just went for the double Quicksand.
That is true. We can move to the banning phase, which is not updated for some reason. But yeah, we're
rematch
gonna
versus
do it
Vendorti?
really quick.
Grand Finals Caesar.
Yeah, I wonder what happened in the Vendos Ult Steven match, clueless.
But yeah, Simon did ban the Wings Giving last time. Let's see if that will be a repeat or if the Ravener is a little bit too scary.
There we go.
Love the 4 champions hanging out side by side here.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it was not easy to fit them all together.
Yeah. Can we get
Shout out
to 6?
production.
So
Okay,
yeah,
guys, any predictions?
I think Simon has to ban the Ravener.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would still prefer to ban the Shen here because Revna can get, I would say, can maybe get run over by the other decks, especially Jananila.
Yeah, so what does Kaizen ban in this one? I think it just might be the Ash again.
Ash is pretty annoying, especially that everyone is playing mid range.
Yeah, lines up really well into this meta.
So what are your predictions, Vlad? I'm not gonna do mine because I already know.
I would say Kaizen ban Jananila, Salty Salmon bans Shen.
Yeah, so
Alright.
apparently I can tell you that both Ash and Nidali got banned again, but we can move on already to the game.
Alright, yeah. Let's hop in.
We playing build rules, son?
And we are in Janna Nyla versus Fiora Shen. Oh! Oh, that hurts!
Well, that happened.
Man,
The situation sounds similar to me.
if only Kaizen had played 1 unit, that would be gone for free, but no.
I mean, the funny thing is that it actually happened to me when I was playing against Sati Simon.
Yeah.
Simon actually had a Aini on board, so that was a premium target for 0 mana spell.
Oh my. There are 3 Radiant Guardians in here. Oh my god, am I seeing myself triple?
And he's just making sure that he gets rid of the units, which is good right now, because making sure this Radiant will not get activated easily. Interesting how Kaizen just decided to play it in a weird order, though, not giving the Broadwing Challenger here.
Yeah, triple Radiant Guardian against 1 Temple. Who gonna win that fight?
Oh, they are like not thinking about the game anymore, they are just playing cards.
Yeah.
I guess it's...
We are getting swept up in these players' tempo. They are both known for playing very fast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if live gave you a sunken play, then you play sunken, it's just the rule. Opponent have no mana to react, then yeah, I just slam in the sunken for fun. What Salty Sam is
Alright.
about to know now is that there was never a sunken answer, so yeah, this sunken will stick for a little bit here.
Yes.
And we have the turn 6 Nyla flip into a big attack.
Ooh. I mean, I would like to say that Kaizen hand is quite bad, but yet again, you don't know what can happen with a lifesteal unit just dragging the game up.
Oh yes. Does have 1 barrier as well.
Place your faith in me and your destiny.
And here you don't need to shuffle with Janna anything, because you will just redraw your stuff with Sunken.
Yeah, it makes
Simon
sense.
Simon had the option to try and kill the Shen here, but did go for the Jenna. And now that's a big attack coming from Kaizen. We do have Howling Gale and Mystic Shot though.
No,
Oh, we just-
Norex.
Wow. Norex is definitely hers, but the amount of removals, they are something.
Yeah, this version very removal heavy. But still put out a lot of pressure. Kaizen down to 6. Is Simon just gonna shoot his own unit again?
Looking like an
Simon
angle,
goes for
actually.
lethal, I think. Yes, lethal.
Oh, shit.
We
Wait.
could put all damage on the stack to try and get lethal.
Then
And
it's
get
slow.
countered by a
The only-
strike.
Yeah, I would assume that's why he's just taking it easy.
First, we
Oh,
make sure we deny that. And then
Oh, he just goes for it.
we go for it. And that is GG. No strike in Kaizen's hand.
Okay,
Yeah, again.
well, I have to say it's not Simon is just doing some voodoo right now, making sure the Shin player doesn't draw their strikes. Like there's something is just happening there that I'm just not understanding. Every Shin is just not able to draw their strikes, even the game is late, like turn 6, turn 7.
I mean, Kaizen
I don't
didn't
know.
play Gentleman's Duel. Maybe that's his fault. But we will hop into the next game.
So yeah. So
We will have Revna.
Oh, actually getting
versus
popular
Gwenny.
on that stream.
Oh,
not that one. Sorry.
make sure to check out the streamer battle today.
Yeah,
Yep.
very, very interesting stuff might happen.
But now we are
And
in a game.
we have Annie, Gwen, and Conservatory. against landmark removal, but not much else. Okay, there's a win con.
I mean, here, it just, it's kind of funny that Salty Simon entire hand just got shut down by a funny card. Like, Tybulk, getting rid of Tybulk and Annie with a single
Ooh.
card. Ooh, wait.
Kaizen with the mind games, picking heal over the landmark removal. I love it. Let's see if he's gonna get called out on that.
Yeah, it looks like a smart move. It can be easily punished, but at this level of play, it's just about the mind games.
I mean, yes, I agree with that, but I think we are at a level where you can kind of read opponents psychologically here, like, because you face them a lot, right? So you can know what they are thinking of. And one thing about Salty Simon is that he just doesn't give, like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna
Go
say it.
on.
He just doesn't give a fuck. You know what? He just doesn't give a fuck. He just plays what he wants. And I
Yeah, I
think he
mean-
will call on that bluff pretty soon.
I don't think.
He
I don't think.
thinks if he thinks
think-
it wins him the game, then yeah, he'll go for it. But in this state right now, I think he can save the conservatory.
I mean, eventually, if the game just gave him another conservatory, I think he would just be like, yeah, sure, I'm just gonna do it. But Simon actually just plays the game and kinda doesn't care for what opponents have in hand.
He does have a very powerful hand. Any two Gwens, Tybulk into a Harrowing. Whew. Let's see if Kaizen can find Revner into Revner into Revner. Oh? Apparently yes.
Okay. That might get annoying. But one thing about this matchup, like, you can say that this counters this or this counters that, but it just comes down to who runs out of resources first.
Oh, and the Harrowings are really big. They can just... Gwenny basically has to be the aggressor in this matchup. And it's very possible with this hand from Simon. And when Doherty got eliminated by Robo, the community put him forth and was correct.
I mean, the community just knows, you know? They just know something that we don't.
Damn. But yeah, we will have bigger and bigger units. I summon an even bigger guy. And an even bigger guy.
Yeah, it's as I said, it's just a resource game. And looking at Kaizen hand, sure he have a bunch of units, but only 3 of them are units. I mean, bunch of cards in hand, but only 3 of them are units. Sure, he have Glacius 3, and which could give him the edge here with the draw. So, yeah, let's actually see how it plays, because I think how this matchup usually goes is that from this position, Kaizen will be winning just for a little bit until he just runs out of cards, runs out of units. Like, sure, we have like random 11 units, right? But what can you do against the Disintegrate, and what can you do if that unit just dies and you cannot draw more?
All comes down to winning quickly here. Has the Tybulk, has the Herring, and an Attackan as well now. Kaizen does have a lot of answers to them in hand, though. He silences 3, 4 silences, 1 Frostbite, healing the damaged Revner here so it can't get killed. Let's see.
This game will get dragged down quite a lot.
Kaizen preparing the block for the silence. But Simon just sacrifices the Gwen.
I mean, one thing that I think that
Probably.
will happen this game for sure though, is that it will not be about the tie box. It will not be about the Atakan. It will just come down to the snips from Gwen.
Oh yeah. They are doing a lot of damage leveled and buffed with the Tyborg.
Small
Yeah.
Barb showed up, just having an extra 0 next to the 1.
Yeah,
But
yeah, we have way to
Simon-
silence all the Gwens in the universe.
Simon does need to survive the next attack, and the board is big. Alright, Kaizen can remove the Spiderling. Has another unit to play. And can even stop the blockers. Is he just gonna go for it? He's sending
boy.
it! Simon,
Oh, wow.
Simon
GG,
can
no way.
defend!
Wow. that just happened.
They can't block! And picking the burst here did pay off in the end.
That just
And
happened.
we are
Wow.
1-1. One last game.
Wow, this was just...
Yeah, I mean, Revna doesn't need that many turns to win this game after playing double Revna. We are in the last game of Fiora versus Gwenny. Now, Fiora did get popular in this meta as a Gwenny counter. So we will see how that turns out in this game.
I definitely can agree with that as a Gwenny player.
Yeah, it's hard to play around the barriers.
Yeah, that's why this Fiora Shen version is so greedy with the Bright Steel formation top end as well. Gwenny just doesn't have enough removal.
Yeah, big units, no funny vengeance, and unlucky, you cannot do much.
Can Simon win this time with the Harrowing? Will it get denied? Will Kaizen have to spend his deny earlier? For now,
We will not go for the funny snip here.
yeah, nothing funny
Understandably,
here.
though.
Just passing.
Oh, I like it. Fiora Shen just needing to get to that Bright Steel. Simon does have one Renation in the deck.
Yeah, Simon is kind of on a timer here. Because, like, definitely he... Like, he sure skipping is good for any Gwen. But the problem is we are not taking with skill, we are not taking tie bulk at all.
We are
That
actually
could be a problem.
we're starting to overdraw, so Kaizen probably not gonna pass this turn. Or is he? Nope. Just a small non-committal play.
Yeah, too much value in Shen in Shen deck is like not what you see too often. Oh, like the
Yeah,
most
somebody
important card
need
is
to-
in the hand, like deny for the Kaizen already. So like the first Harrowing, it's gonna be like a big tempo swing for Kaizen.
Ooh.
Okay.
A neat attack here. Not even killing the Gwen. Just activating the Radiant Guardian.
Actually giving up Chen for a Radiant Guardian.
Yeah, Kaizen did have the option to buff, to use a barrier. But keeping that lifesteal alive seems to be his priority here. And there is an attacker now.
We have a lot of cards, but like, they are so useless in this scenario. It's actually sad because we even have glimpses, but we cannot properly draw.
Yeah, having to kind of waste all of the lifesteal as well. No overhealing here.
I really wonder if the angle for him is just snip snip. Okay, actually going for the unspeakable horror.
That can also get something useful. Let's see what we roll. Elusive.
Not too bad. A unit. I mean, one thing we managed to do here for sure is just using cards to like use our glimpse beyond more comfortably.
And now we are at the point where Fiora Shen can really step on the gas here. Kaizen setting up all these turns, unit by unit.
Yeah, the card that's actually very important right now for Simon's hand is just Withering Well. It's basically -1 barriers. But for Kaizen, he realized that removals is gonna happen, so might as well just develop.
Ooh. Picking the keyword removal, I like it. That's gonna be an answer to the attacker.
We're actually what we was forced to use a box like that. Wow.
Simon
Yeah,
on
not
three
much else
glimpses.
to do.
Simon on 3 glimpses in the hand. That's kind of awkward. He will probably use some of them.
Can deny the lifesteal.
More snip snips. But still, no disintegrate. Which is a card that he really needs right now.
Kaizen could have actually tried to push lethal here by giving the 8/6 barrier and +2/2. But
Yeah, doing
now,
that against full hand of
Wow.
SI cards and Noxus ones, maybe not the best idea. But
we don't
that was
even
absolutely
need the
decent.
keyword removal, can just get rid of the attacker. But now we have a double Gwen. And not anymore.
Damn.
Well, I guess Simon did not see any out against Shen Fiora, recognizes his spot, knows the matchup too well, and just pisses off.
Yeah. Kaizen just you know, I don't know if those players are just like cracked up today, or they just looked at the prediction, the community prediction, was like, yep, that's actually our plan. That's what we're gonna do
Yeah,
today, okay?
let's follow that to a T. Yeah, Kaizen moving into the grand finals. He is predicted by the community to finally win. Can
Yeah,
he
he just
pull
said-
off his
He just said,
first
who am
win?
I to defy the community? Community want me to win? No problem, I go in. That's
Yeah,
what
he's-
Kaizen just said.
He's been getting denied so many times. Maybe it's finally time.
I mean, it's literally the same history as Robomaster. He just showed up last season, I think. As a rookie, as a newcomer, he just won everything. And now we have Simon doing the same path.
Well,
Almost.
Simon did lose here, so
But
we will see
he's
if
still
he
not
can
out yet.
come back.
Yeah,
he
I
lost,
think
but
he
there's still a
has
safety
chance,
net
right?
for him.
Well, either that's gonna be Kaizen with his first win, Simon with his first win or Robo with his actually second win already, right?
Yeah. Second season for him. And we will have a look at Simon versus Robo after this break.
Yeah, here we have a Kaizen just chilling in the grand finals, waiting for the lower finals to determine either Salty Simon or Robo Master. There is no more safety nets for those players, but when you are in the grand final coming from lower finals, you actually have a disadvantage where you need to win two best of threes back to back to be able to make it. That is basically the advantage that Kaizen is having right now. He just need to win one best of three. While if for Salty Simon or Robo Master, for whoever makes it from them, they will need to win two best of threes.
Yeah, and he did already win 2-1 against the both of them. I did see Robo complaining that he could have definitely won the match, but we will see if Simon or Robo will get another chance.
But we're gonna see it after a small break. Yeah, we see each other in 5 minutes. Be there. See you guys.
And we are back with the lower finals of the Aphrodite League Summer Dawn Finals. We have a really nice game coming up here.
Yeah, we have the lower bracket finals here. It's Simon versus RoboMaster. Whoever loses out, whoever in will be in the grand finals. So it's
Yep.
a pretty big stake game. High stakes here.
Vendorti did go out fourth, so these players are already guaranteed top 3. And now it's really just the battle for points between Simon and RoboMaster, because Kaizen actually cannot accept any.
That is true. Like both of them gonna receive at least 1 point for the second place, or like being like the second European competing player from the squad, right? But the winner gonna get full 4 points, which is quite a lot considering the grassroots scene this season. So yeah.
Yeah. Actually, something that's kind of funny in this matchup is how Salty Simon and RoboMaster are almost kind of new to the league, but yet they are just each other rivals. Like they just joined and they are just, yeah, you are my nemesis now, both of them.
Oh, yeah. We did get 6 points in total for the Aphrodite League. 1 went to the winner of the qualifiers, who was RoboMaster, getting first there. And then 1 for second, 1 for first. But Kaizen cannot accept any, so it will drop down.
Yeah, the funny thing is that the community is predicting the victory for RoboMaster when the history or like the most recent result is showing that Salty Simon is slightly favorite, but that was just the one game, so everything can happen.
Yeah. Especially
I
with
mean, you
new
know,
lineups here.
I think the community maybe predicted RoboMaster community win here because they have 100 Aphrodite points. Like he have the Aphrodite points buff here.
So yeah, we have Robo, whose decks we haven't seen before. We do have Classic Revner with some interesting card choices, but nothing too spicy.
Damira here is definitely a choice.
Yeah, people started cutting her. Some people played 2. It really is like a mirror tech, I would say.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
again,
indeed,
this is
'cause-
the type of the card that you would like to have like one of, so opponent needs to keep mana to have a removal for her all the time, and you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and almost like if we're talking something like Nirajana or like any other deck that's not Freljord, that's almost easy to remove her. But when it comes to Freljord, they have to just pay up the 5-mana attack Sunburst or just be prepared for her beforehand and prepare an Equinix.
That
All
is
right.
true.
And we have our third Wingsgiving filling out the top here is
But
the
we
3 of
seen,
Tycoon.
we haven't seen any of them performing because the previous 2 got banned actually. Maybe this
Yeah,
one will get
maybe.
through the banning phase.
Maybe we can finally see it.
Do you see anything special in this list, or it's like very similar to the
Nope,
others? I think
this is very
one of
standard.
Warlock, maybe, but
Yeah,
nothing
he just play around
crazy.
with defense like Prowl, Quicksand, Wallop. You will have like 5 of them, 5 total. So just how you can have 3 Prowl, 2 Quicksand. You can have like 3 Prowl, 1 Quicksand, 1 Wallop, or like what we are seeing here with RoboMaster, 2 Prowl, 2 Quicksand, 1 Wallop.
Yep, not much difference. But here is the
Oh.
spice.
My beloved Poro King with Targon.
Oh, you like Targon more than Shurima?
Indeed. And actually, this is the version that, like the latest version I was playing, like this exact one with Targon. It's so good. Like Targon is just peak right now because they have so many hushes, so many removals.
Hmm.
Yeah, 4 hashes
Like-
in this list. That's crazy. I mean, 2 Tellstones that are very flexible, but you can get like 2 4 hashes.
Yeah, I mean,
But in this
last
meta,
edit I
yeah.
did, it wasn't yesterday, but I think it didn't got a lot like popular because I wasn't successful yesterday. But it was cutting 1 hash for the Moonlight Affliction, but it haven't caught up yet. But still, 2 hashes, 2 Targon Telestone, very good stuff. I would say Hush is now just peaking on Quicksand. It's not even a close challenge. Hush is just way better
All
because
right.
a lot of stats is happening.
But would you ban it if you were Simon?
I have realized that like
Ooh,
in both
he
previous
have
games,
to.
the bans were the same. Like both games, Ash and Nidali got banned.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense here as well.
I mean, a lot of players are actually like good players are actually not believers in the Poro King. But looking at this matchup, Simon actually have to ban Poro King.
Oh yeah, this does look like the biggest Gwenny target lineup we have seen today. All 3 decks here having some way either to get really big and run Gwenny out of removal, or in the case of Wings Giving, all of the denies and negates combined with all this pressure. I think it is gonna be a Wings Giving ban from Simon and an Ash ban from Robo.
So yeah, no Ash
I
again.
think
That
if
would
I
be
was
sad.
Robo, I would for sure ban Neela here. Because Neela's quite disturbing into Revna and Nidalee. And for Salt Simon perspective, Poro King is just hardest counter to Ash ever. Because you can just hold the snack and make Ash entire identity just useless. Because you're like, no, I'm not 0 power anymore. I just have extra 1, haha. And also for Gwen, because Poros basically doesn't run out of juice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are ready to reveal the bans. Let's see.
Okay, I'm interested. Tell me.
Haha.
Okay,
I'm
I
super
will
looking
just
forward.
say it. Salty Simon will come to regret not keeping up
Yep.
with Poro. As I said, a lot of players are disrespecting the king, but I'm telling you, the king will just pop off that game.
If Robo doesn't brick, because there is no King Toother in this version. Quite risky, but if the king finds his way, that is gonna be a very powerful game for Robo.
We can move to the mulligan and to the game.
Yeah, Robo actually has spectate disabled.
Okay, so we're gonna see, I guess, one side
Yeah,
for now.
let's wait if he can fix that.
Small problem.
But we have Jenna Nyla versus the king. And we can hop in to see Robo's hand as well now.
The only bad matchup to king is in some lineup is Jananala, but maybe we can pull through.
All
The hand
right.
is not looking crazy for Robomaster.
I mean, if the game goes slow, then he just can go for the standard play 1 Kosporo into Aurora.
Game. Go on then.
Yeah, that's a move.
Yeah. Double snacks is all you need for Jenna Nyla, really.
Yeah, just make sure you have that funny brash blockers, and then you're chilling.
Simon went for the draw 2 enabler here. It does pay off. Gets the Marina for free.
Yeah, only question now is will Simon? Yeah, he will
Ooh.
for sure go aggro mode. He saw
Yeah.
the 2 snacks. He said, "Yeah, no." He just no.
Let's get that Brash in before they can block the Nyla for free. And then he can play the Janna on the defense turn 5. That works as well. And
Take it
Robo
seven. No problem.
goes
He's like-
low. But now it's gonna be very hard to push through.
He's having the funny healing Poro, so he's like, no problem. Let's see what is his option here though, because
And the king as well.
King is here, but the King is
Definitely not leveled.
kinda useless. He's only at 2. But if we look at Robo's hand, he can definitely level up the King if he wants to.
Yep. Will take one more turn though, and I think you can not take that next attack. So how is Robo gonna set up his defense here? Does have the stun 2 in hand as well? It can be nice.
Okay, stacking up the Poros right now.
So, yeah,
Might
We
just go for 3 Poros here.
you're gonna see Janna here probably because there is no mana for Sunburst anymore.
Place your faith in me, and your destiny shall unfold.
Yep.
Okay.
Gotcha
More Poros.
finding the perfect target.
The Poro King is like what, 2-0 from the lane?
Yeah, 1 off now. He's
Yep.
almost there. If we can somehow find a new 1-cost Poro, our life could be a lot easier this game.
And unless Nyla somehow levels here,
And we got more
This-
munching instead.
this is looking like a good block from Robo.
I'd assume Neela's like at like maybe 12, 13.
You, I see my will made manifest.
Yeah, we can check.
Yep,
that.
she's
Check.
Makes my burdens light.
One
Yeah,
off.
she's at 14, 1 off. Can
One
actually
off,
level
but-
here.
the Janna top deck is actually very good here.
Hmm.
Now the 5-5 can still block a leveled Nyla.
My wind is at your
Ooh, that's good, but it's buffing Janna.
Yeah, because then Robo will have to decide which of the champions to block here. With that 5-5.
Unless there is like another snack in a hand.
I mean, he doesn't know about the snack, which can actually lead to
Oh,
us
yeah.
killing both of them. Yeah, indeed, we can just kill both of them. Tanking up 5 damage though could be scary. Okay, it's just 3.
Yeah, Robo does have value in hand, but it's very high cost and slow to play out.
Yeah, problem right now in Robo's hand that he dearly needs a sheep Poro. And he got one, but he played that one before.
Yep. Only now is the king leveled. But we are gonna summon another 3-3, 4-4 even. Horror.
What that's gonna be?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely a new Poro.
Now Robo still has the double stun in hand. With that, I think he feels very safe
shall unfold.
and is ready to run away with the game.
Yeah, only thing that Robo is doing now, playing this Poro feels bad for him because it's a Poro that we already played, but he definitely needs to match
Yeah,
with a
now
amount of unit from Salty Simon. But holy, the engine, the draws are just non-stopping.
the king is leveled. And just the impact and a double buffed elusive will be enough next turn. If Robo survives this.
And just like that, the freeze stack. Just like that.
Well,
Yeah, 1 out of 4 chance to get that. But yeah, definitely the most useful in this scenario.
Can I count on you?
You have Freeze and the Pale available. That can save the elusive, but Robo decides to keep them up.
Ooh, definitely a tough turn and can.
Simon has 6 burn in hand.
Okay, reassessing the situation here. After this turn, we will be down to single digit, which kind of suck for Robo, especially with the amount of burn that Simon have and Eye of the Storm. So the game just could be over here.
Yeah, it looks like a little unless Robo finds the healing portal.
Yeah. Simon goes for the buff here, which he will do.
Yeah, which
And
could,
another Mystic.
could actually be pretty tough for us to find another healing portal since we already played one. But we're searching, but
We
more
have
snacks.
Call the Wild. And I forgot what the King spell does actually. Something similar, right?
Yeah,
It draws 2.
portals.
Where do you stand on cold shots?
So we have Call of the Wild just praying for the top 4.
And 9 mana. So
Yeah, exactly
we can play
9.
both spells and hope for the heal here. That's what Robo has to do.
Okay, Calling the Wild.
Missed.
A lot of
No
portals.
healing.
Oh.
Ooh,
And
he
he
actually
doesn't realize that he needs to go for it actually.
he doesn't know that he's already dead.
And Simon puts it on the stack. And that's another burn win for Simon.
Ooh, I really-
1-0.
I really wanted to see Robo Master playing the King's spell just to know what could have been.
Oh yeah. It's better to not know, I guess.
But looking at the bright side, we were just meant to lose to the Jana Nila here anyway.
Yeah, the Jana Nila looking a lot better today than it did yesterday in the Aegis tournaments.
Okay, the King is here one more time. Let's see if he can actually pop off.
That's a full mull for a king. And 1 snack. Already pretty much enough. Robo goes for the turn 1 chip instead of the safe line of waiting for the snacks. Simon does not have a glare to punish that.
Yeah, this matchup is
Yeah.
extremely hard for any Gwen. Almost unwinnable. At least from my perspective. What I've experienced on the ladder and like at some tournament games. I don't know if you have that experience. Maybe from the other side, but from the other
Yeah.
perspective.
I play both sides. It always comes down to how many portals you can have. Like the only way you can actually lose this matchup if you having a hand similar to Robomaster right now with no portal generator.
Oh
But like
yeah.
having both champions is a way how Gwen can actually win that game.
I think Robo needs to go for the Poro and Pale to block the Annie here. Which is pretty safe with Simon only having 1 mana open. Can deny the crucial Annie level up. And maybe draw into... Yes, we do draw into
okay.
the value we need.
That's definitely a card we needed right now.
King is at 3.
Healing Poro might come useful later. Okay, we got the Poro that we needed. Exactly. The lonely Porro. And Poro gives us a new Poro, which is Wait.
Simon greeted with the box here. Or he just, I
Hmm.
mean, he waited for one more Poro probably. But Robo said
Yeah.
no.
I think I
Robo
miscount.
just-
Do we already have Poro King level? We are either 5 or 6.
One more. We need one more.
Oh.
So now the king is online.
The king
He
is
wants
officially
to
here now.
remove him. We need to spend
And again,
either
Another freeze
whale.
snack.
Gonna have to be a whale or sacrificing the Gwen. Or the box, of course. That's a lot better.
Yeah, the
And
whale
it
is
will-
not the best card in this match. After the one snack is played.
Yeah, it will only be one more snack, but that might just be enough. Lifesteal Spell Shield?
And another king.
Oh, and another king.
But
But
sadly,
no
we
Poro
cannot.
to trigger him.
Yeah, that's a very sad scenario we're in. So we're just forced to kill the Juan just like that.
Simon says thanks for the draw. But without the tie bulk, this harrowing might need to wait for the Takan.
And another snip snip.
Alright, Robo, instead of keeping the Poro, realizes
actually-
he is getting low on life to these Gwennies.
Wow, actually not going for the damage plus life steal here is. I think that's a kind of a mistake.
Even more draw.
And he's here. Annie's probably one of the scariest thing toward Poros. Not because Annie herself, but Tibbers with Withering Well into something like Poros who just wants to go full board. It's a scary combo.
Yeah, but this
But
cannot
it's-
deal with the Poro King, that's an issue.
Yeah, we are forced to invoke.
Oh, we are invoking.
And we actually get written in the star, which actually couldn't be too bad.
Yeah, that
Potentially.
is a lot of value.
I mean, that will pull our last Poro King, right?
Yep. Buff him a little.
Yeah, only problem right now is that this is a lot of mana commitment.
Yeah, you need to get the king and play his champ spell afterwards.
Or just that. Maybe just the top deck just saved us here.
Yep. No answer to that king.
Triple whale, that's
No
not something you
disintegrate.
want to see against Poros.
Simon
Maybe
has
just,
to remove the Poros before they start getting buffed out of removal range, which is gonna happen pretty quickly here.
Just kill them before their munches.
Yeah, we can go for quite a lot of damage here. Depending how Robomaster gonna pull.
Yeah, so we do have a Takan on Simon's next attack. And then we would have a Harrowing afterwards. That might be the best bet, but Robo has so many answers in hand. He didn't draw all the value, but did draw a Hush and a Stun.
Ooh, losing 3 mana like that. Okay. The Porro story.
Alright. Disintegrate, kill the king was an option. But we are going for the Takan.
The Grege.
We
No,
can
we can-
pre-stun here, maybe? Or just grab another snacks.
You can just go for the freeze, but we missed this time.
Didn't quite find it.
And we are threatening lethal, but of course Robo has everything he needs.
Is Atakan like granting those stats or only getting this round?
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it's granted, yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's forever.
So like pre-committing
All
the
right.
stun was actually a even more appealing option.
Yeah, the sun was definitely a very good option here, considering that it was also a Gwen snip happening.
Yes.
And Simon can actually survive this next attack now. And then it's gonna get dicey.
Oh, now
The engines.
Wait, are these
And
pepper snacks? Are they the impact or the challenger? I forget.
Those are the challengers,
That's
right?
that's Challenger. That's espresso snack.
So we can have spell shield swing. You would need like another unit that can't be removed.
That's quite an awkward appeal, but I guess kind of saves the king from dying, if anything.
Like we're
Yeah,
putting
I
those
mean,
for the
if
damage
you
units, right, to like avoid the frogs and stuff. But
like Simon needs a disintegrate anyway, so if you attack with the king to push lethal, then that just dies.
It almost feels like this attack was too safe. It almost didn't force anything from Simon's hand.
I mean, it will with the Aurora.
yeah.
Okay, let's see if we go for it. And we definitely do. Just one more snack.
Is he going to just another whale? No.
Wow.
No,
Okay.
we are removing. And now we have like 3 Gwens in this harrowing, actually.
Yeah, we might just get snipped to death here.
Yep, all of them leveled. All of them dealing 3.
Freezer snack is quite good, because now we can just pre-hush one of the Gwens.
I think you're gonna. Depending. You can freeze also the attack on right.
Yeah, you just freeze the
Ooh,
Atakan
another
and
hush. Let's go.
Yeah, that's true.
you would definitely have to pre-hush the Gwens here.
Yes.
You cannot afford the snip. If you let those Gwens attack, it's just gonna be snip. So much. Just too much. You have to hush two of them, commit a poro, and
Yeah.
luckily, the only option actually to survive this is the freeze snack, and he got it.
But like he had 2 hits, which is like probably high percentage.
Okay, actually, Salty Simon realized something here is that those hushes Gwen, that means you also hush the ephemeral, so they can be blockers for next turn, so he will not even bother attacking with them.
Oh, but you're not surviving the next attack anyway.
Yeah.
Even with those 2 Gwens.
That is one thing for sure, but he is just praying right now for no freeze snack. Little does he know that Robomaster have one of them.
2 chances to see. Did get 1.
And just like that. Yeah, too much
Ooh.
juice in the Poro King. You just can't keep up with all of that at some point. Like, just casually playing a one cost 7/7 is quite a strong thing. And now we play a casual one cost 7/7 that will be an 8/8 and with 3 random keywords.
Alright, now Robo just has to do the calculations. If he attacks here, is there anything that stops 2 Poros from connecting? If he develops, there will be a bear coming down. And he goes for lethal, and Simon does not want to see the light leave his own eyes and goes to the next game.
Yeah, the king was definitely here. Holy. That, bro, Poro King, when you get to that stage of the game, is probably one of the funniest thing
Yeah,
in this
Robo
game.
did not brick too hard this game. Got 2 kings, I think.
Yeah, I mean, his start was a little bit whack, but since he was facing Gwen Annie, so he's kinda almost guaranteed to have time.
But yeah, we will continue of the classic matchup of this season, Ravna versus Gwenny. We have all seen it 100 times already.
Oh wow, double harrowing at the start.
Do we keep one? No.
We got anti-harrowing instead.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Ruination is gonna do a lot of damage to a Ravna board. If Robo is forced to play around it, he might not put up enough pressure.
By the way, all the matches we have spectated today ended with a 2-1 result, and this one also gonna be a 3 games match.
True. Ooh. Is the Spirits gonna pick off this Annie before she levels? Just 2 Spirits to the dome?
I mean,
That would be quite.
if you don't play the units, how Simon gonna level the Annie? You want to
It's
target enemy
happening.
units, but well,
Yeah, just not gonna damage any of our own units. And give them +2/+2. And then we already have the Ravna in hand.
oh, Grims is sweet from the top.
Alright, at least gonna get a glimpse out of that.
Yeah, now we're gonna push some damage with a Gwen, but like Simon is gaining a tempo just for 1 turn.
Yep. Now there's a timer over Simon's head. +2/+2 already on all the units.
Wow,
Ooh, I
that's a
wonder
good
if
unit.
Robo is also gonna pick the heal instead of the landmark removal. I love it.
Playing 2 Spirit Unleash right now as Revna, it's really quite strong.
Alright. Gonna develop even more this turn. We can go for a Diana and Pale
Ooh.
Cascade challenge, or we can just activate the Saurian as well. Ooh.
Big unit is here.
Yeah, we have such a premium units to play that we even have no time to play Revna.
Yeah, they are already buffed enough here.
Giving up Gwen just like that is no problem. Because we already have another.
Oh, I see how you're doing this.
Just healing. Because we know the rule. Healing is cheating unless you are facing a Revna.
Then it's a war crime.
Are we gonna see if Simon this time read the bluff?
Yeah, last time he played around it by playing the conservatory at 2 ticks. Enough to trigger it with spells in hand.
The problem with picking random distraction as a Revna player is that at some point it gets totally useful if opponents decide not to play the landmark early. There is no removal for that. Unless you play like the Freljord Tellstones, then you can destroy the
Yeah.
how it's called the
Alright. Pretty slow game until this Revna hits the board. But Robo does still have better stuff to do.
You know, the only thing I'm not understanding was that explore bluff. I mean, I get it, but I really wonder why choose heal over a blunder.
To disable things like Flock and the other kill spell to the damage the units.
I mean, that's true, but would you rather have that or would you rather just make a potential Atakan useless for one turn? Like, that is the debate in my head right now.
I mean, with the Hush.
I think we have Hushes for that, so the heal is a nice pickup. Especially if you want to win early. And we do see the Conservatory getting 1 free tick. And even if Robo had picked the landmark removal, no way he would use it here.
Yeah, I think Simon now realizes that Robo just bluffed the Explorer. Or maybe he just was like seeing it at 2 tick and he was like, yeah, I don't need to do it anyway.
Yeah, he still played around it. But now you can just play around it by having fast speed answers. And still no Revna. We go full tempo.
Not gonna lie, this is not the worst ruination angle.
Yeah, does look pretty good here. Might be the best you can get. Will also... I mean, it will tap out of fast speed answers for this landmark. So now, at this spot, Simon is calling Robo's bluff.
For sure, yes.
Do you have the landmark removal? Or not?
Just a 410 broom.
Ooh, I wonder why we go Brom over Yadulske here. Maybe curve-wise next turn. Yeah, I guess then you can play Revna and the dog next turn.
Yeah, I think that's the reasoning, because you want to play basically Revna next turn.
Yep. Have a tie bulk blocker already.
Also, at this point, I think Broom is just bigger than Yudolski's with all those buffs. That's the first tie bulk.
Second one in
yes.
hand.
Definitely
And how many
a step
Gwens are
towards-
that? 2?
2 Gwens so far, yes.
Oh my. 1 harrowing top deck. And this looks dicey for Robo.
He's forced to block. What will he give up though? Broom or Revna?
Yeah, I mean,
Brown.
this was the reason to play the Braum last turn, right?
Now the question is, Salty Sim greeds, or yeah, he greeds with the glare, but I guess you have a flock backup plan just in case.
Yep. Heal would still get beaten by Flock, so Robo is just gonna develop the unit instead. But has to play for top decks now. Ooh. Atakan, another big win con. If this Tybok dies, get one back.
We definitely are praying for a good top deck here from Simon, because Robomaster can just go all in with a challenge into buff from the Telestone.
Yeah, Robo doesn't know it, but he does have open attack lethal if Simon doesn't get a fast speed damage spell.
Yeah, he have the Disintegrate, he just need one more poke. He need a Vile Face, Unspeakable Horror, Withering Way. He have options in the deck. It's just about finding them right now.
Yeah. And I think that is too dangerous for Robo, so he's not gonna try.
I mean,
But we will see.
what is quite funny is that Robomaster is now stacked with those two healing spells in a hand, while like the landmark distraction would be very useful at one point in that game, right? So
Indeed,
he
yes.
actually picked the, let's say, the most common pick. Yeah. So this time the bluff like didn't work out that great. Or does Simon read it pretty well? But maybe now there will be
Alright.
enemy angle for heal.
We are invoking.
Okay.
Going for the sun.
Oh,
He was actually trying.
that was a little bit.
Ambitious.
Whew.
That was so ambitious.
Just wanting Simon to misplay there.
Yeah, but as Gwen anyway just don't do it. That here you want to skip? Sure, we'll give you a skip. Now the game is looking way better for Simon actually with the two tie bulks.
Yep, and the harrowing into the Gwennies
We tend the fire and hope
kind of just needs to survive Robo's next attack here.
Again, it's very sad that we don't have a fast speed removal, because we could have actually forced the hush here with the tie bulk open, but it's still fine. We're surviving. We have the Atakan eventually. And if anything, we are forcing Robomaster to use his invokes like that.
Ooh.
Oh,
We are obliterating them so they can't be revived.
We have a glimpse though.
we have one glimpse,
One glimpse.
which I think that we really need to use here. Wow.
You know what?
And then defensive harrowing, right?
Yeah, you kind of have to defensive harrowing here, which is really good actually, because defensive harrowing into offensive harrowing kind of seals the deal here.
I mean, now there are
Yeah.
other options with those weight of deck.
Especially that we play two Gwens here.
Just checking what we have. One Tybok, two Gwens.
Like stacking up those Gwens with those two tie bulks, it's gonna be problematic. That's one thing for sure.
Yeah, we can see here. 20.
So this is the third Tyborg. Next harrowing is gonna be the fifth Tyborg. Oof.
Another stun, potentially.
Another stun, but we are out of juice. Makes me wonder if we actually go for challenger, will we have the win? Nope, we just gotta play it defensively for a little bit. Oh, we finally got the poke.
Here we go again.
Alright. The Gwens alone would be lethal. Instead, we go for the Attacken, which gets easily countered by the stun here.
That's true, but looking right now at Salty Simon's hand, I would say he was pretty confident in just defending next turn with ease in a way,
Yeah, I think
because he have
that harrowing was
couple
not
of-
pushing return. I mean, theoretically, but like with so many invoked cards,
Like
with
This
Yeah, he just know that there is a stun in here.
Yeah, this stun is dangerous though.
it is.
Can you survive as Simon now? You have +4 on your spells?
Yeah,
How much is it?
and it's
Yeah, you
Yes.
have +4. So the whale is doing 5.
ow.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Are
I
the
think-
heals finally coming in clutch? We can heal and buff 1 unit +3/+3.
We're actually greeding here, but I guess we just disintegrates and flux.
I mean, there is
I
even
am
the
not-
potential to clear the whole board.
I'm not gonna do the math here. I'm gonna just see how this turns out.
Heal, but Flock is like, yeah, I don't care. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yep.
he can even add one more disintegrate if he needs.
Yep.
Technically
Can
speaking,
push.
Robomaster could have hushed his 11-7 to make him survive this turn.
Wait, he could have pushed 14 more damage, no?
Now we're definitely
With
searching
the
for the
+3/+3.
Equinix.
But now,
Now it's officially... Okay, maybe not over actually, because the healing units we have actual Shunguses with the healing.
oh, Simon, still keeping that harrowing. But Robo is actually out of value here.
Yeah, that
We
attack
basically...
is just small for a moment to get big again. After the hash.
Yeah, no problem.
practice.
He's just taking a small nap, guys, don't worry.
Damn, Simon played for so much value. Usually, Gwenny is just the one running out of cards
Oh wow.
very quickly here. But combining
Yeah.
the Renation and the Attacken and forcing Robo to block
Oh, that's
Still
gonna be a juicy
has-
harrowing. Oh my god.
still has the harrowing.
Least obvious harrowing here.
Robo,
We're only left with Explorer spells.
Robo, the one
Oh.
pressing
Robo
the
Master
surrender
knows.
button early here.
You know.
I mean, to be fair, I would want to see this harrowing as well. Like, come on.
Oh,
How much are we at? 9?
show us Robo. Show us. 185!
Yeah, very
And
convincing.
Simon advances to the grand finals against Kaizen.
Against all odds.
And he takes the 4 points to the EU player who gets the highest placing because Kaizen is playing on APEC. But yeah, that is gonna be a rematch in the grand final.
Yeah, this game was very good.
Yeah, gonna be interesting. I guess we will see more of that after the break.
Yeah, that is true. I think before the break we can also show, because you mentioned that the points are actually decided already, the championship points, but like we still have the Aphrodite points that we can show how they're gonna be, how they can change the leaderboard. Yeah, I think it's 65. Yeah, both can overtake Luna. I mean, they both will overtake Luna, right? Yeah, yeah. Quick math, and it's confirmed that they're already. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit more about that after the break. We're gonna show the lineups of our finalists, even though we've seen them already, but stay with us and we see each other in a couple of minutes. See you guys.
See you. Welcome to the grand finals, everybody. We did take a little bit longer, but we did prepare what everyone wants. And that is the prediction points. Let's see who is leading.
Oh man, it's Salty Simon again.
Oh, not only is Simon in the finals, he's also first in predictions.
Okay, I would just call that this is kind of not fair. Because everyone was predicting who's gonna win, while Simon probably just bet it on himself and then just went and win the thing.
Oh, that
Ooh.
insider knowledge.
I mean, I respect it. He just bet on himself and just go and win it. Is like, yeah, like
Yeah,
understandable.
If you like scroll down in the group stage, you will see I actually got 0 points in there.
Yeah, the question
And
is
after
if
that,
you really want
I
to
just
see
gave
that,
up.
right? I'm not gonna do
Yeah.
that for you.
But yeah, Simon, Crayons, each.
That's Ace. And Cranes is
Ace.
Armageddon. And I think I'm not muted, by the way.
And you know, the funny thing is, I think if I think he betted on himself again, and if he wins the final, he will be first.
Oh yeah.
That would actually be super giga shad.
But yeah,
Wait.
in the finals, we do have Simon versus Kaizen waiting for us.
That is true. We're gonna move and see how the statistics are looking like against both of those players.
Yeah, we did just have that matchup before in the upper finals. Kaizen won that 2-1, but Simon still ahead in head-to-head matchups 2-1.
Yeah, but here it's actually looking tough for Salty Simon because he doesn't need just to win one best of three. He needs to win two because he's coming from the losers bracket.
Oh yeah. And last time we saw what happened. Just giving up, accepting defeat. We will see if he can claw his way back to victory now.
Yeah, I think we can remind also the decks because that's the last game of, or like the not necessarily the last BO3. We can see one more after that, but like the last matchup basically. Starting with the
Yep,
Simon.
we have the Jenna Nyla that we've seen winning games with chip and burn. Classic Simon playstyle.
Yeah, this deck is just pretty solid overall. There's not much to say about it. We even saw it perform today. Only thing that's weird, I would say, during this entire day is that only Salty Simon who actually saw through the power of Nila Gina. I can't speak anymore. Nila Jana today and picked it. He's the only person who did that.
Yeah, yesterday it didn't really perform that well, basically only winning the mirrors. But today Simon showed its aggressive capabilities even with all these removal spells. Went and won with elusives and with burn.
Wait, like both players actually made the final with this deck, no? Yesterday.
Yes.
If
Yes,
we're talking
Simon
about the opens,
didn't.
right? But like
Yeah,
Simon,
yeah.
not him, but like
went
the deck,
for
right?
two, but yes,
both
Vendorti
played
did
Janna
win
Nyla in the lineup,
with Jenna Nyla, yes.
and we were on a, like almost the same list. And I need to say that the Sunken Temple today like did some job already, like one off, but was very
Yeah.
important in some matches.
With so much draw, you only need one.
Also, it's very funny today because most players today who played Explorer, the way they were just bluffing their landmark. But as I said, someone like Simon, he just doesn't care.
Yeah, and then we have the Gwenny with the Attacan and the Harrowings and the Ruination we just saw. I like this version.
Yeah, a lot of removals though. Like he just went for more boxes, more Withering Mist over Explorers. But I guess
Yeah,
paid off
it's
for him.
seems like he might have expected fearsomes, which we did not see any of today.
Yeah, he ignored like all forms of landmark removal. He just said like, if they have it, they have it.
Yeah, which is actually surprising because I would argue that Scorched Earth is a very, very solid card, even if no landmark removal showed.
All right, and last but not least, the Ash that has been banned every single time lines up really well into the mid-range meta here.
Yeah, I guess the Ash here is pretty good. It's like this deck is very situational, right? It just you don't pick it and you win most matchup. It just you need to face specific matchup. And for Simon, he read the meta very good because almost every player have a mid-range lineup.
But I would like to see this deck how it's gonna perform. It will be like a fresh air today. We've seen quite a lot of similar matchups already.
Yeah, let's see if the players change their bans, because last time we saw Kaizen on the Revener banning the Ash.
Yeah, Revna with the Sunhawk. Sunhawk and Surian. I really love the Surian right now instead of the Mira.
Yeah, the Affliction
Oh,
already
yeah.
won one game today, if you remember correctly.
Oh, yeah, Kaizen is so good at finding aggressive, lethal lines, and Moonlight Affliction definitely enables that perfectly.
Yeah, it's a solid card defensively and offensively.
Definitely, that's true. Second deck, Fiora Shen. Again, classic
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, so old, but still kind of unrecognizable from how we were used to. Very top and heavy for this meta.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the deck is very solid, and the fact that Ionia have I would say the story landmarks for Ionia actually enables Ionia so much, either if it's Rootbound or Heart of the Tree, it makes it a very versatile region, even though that a lot of its cards that Ionia likes is removed, but it at least have the core, you know? Have those cards, have the Nice, and of course Shen with the Shen package, his boat and the barrier is making the deck very good, even though it's all this time.
And we finish with the wings giving.
Which I think we haven't seen it today, right?
Yeah, maybe once.
No,
I don't
we haven't seen
actually
it
remember.
even once. It was the most
No.
picked deck, and it got banned every single time.
Yeah, maybe this time, but if we get a repeat of the last bans,
Yeah,
we will not.
maybe. Talking
Yeah,
about
maybe
bans.
maybe Simon will change his ban strategy, because last time he did lose. And maybe considering the Revna ban.
Okay, let's see. So last time they faced each other, we saw an Nidalee ban and Ash ban.
Yeah, that were the bans.
Yeah, I think for Kaizen it's definitely still an Ash ban. But I'm just gonna say Simon is gonna change the ban to Revna.
Okay. What do you think, Matt?
I think it will be same bans. Nidalee from here and Ash from here. I don't think any funny business will happen in this best of three, but if Salty Simon managed to win this one, then a lot of funny business will happen in the next one. But this one will be just
Yeah.
this one will be just a replay of the last one, and Simon will just need to focus up, need to find more opening to try to win this best of three.
Okay, so I'm
Yeah, I mean,
actually surprise you in a moment, because the bans are not like entirely as we expected.
Oh. Let's see. Ash and Fiora Shen. Ooh.
Okay.
That means we will be seeing our first Wings giving, unless Kaisen gets too old on the Revener. So I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, I love the Chen ban here because it's like how we discussed it before when they face each other. It's either how you fit yourself and seeing how you play, either against bunch of denies or bunch of barriers. And looks like Salty Simon just tried the not banning the bunch of denies, didn't find a lot of success with it, so now he tries the other strategy of banning bunch of barriers.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how that works out for them. Yeah, I mean, I still think Kaisen is favored here. Gonna say 2-0.
2-0?
Yep, I'm gonna say 2-0 Kaisen.
2-0 Kaizen. Wow.
Yep.
No, I think Jan and Nila is at least destined to win one game. I don't know if Salt Simon can actually just win the entire thing, like this best of 3, but for sure he is getting a win with that Jan and Nila.
We are in the game. We are having Revna versus Gwenny. Let's go.
Yeah, we're moving on to the game. The grand final, and we are here.
All right. We do have Jadulski, Gwen.
Double
Two
Revna
Revnas.
heads, yeah, but not buffed ones. So
The Attacken again.
We have this classic matchup, but it seemed like that Salty Simon actually mastered it. He know how to play against this.
Ooh, this time Kaisen actually picked the landmark remover.
He
I love
realized
it.
that how much of like how much Simon just doesn't care and he will just slam his thing, so it's like you just can't bluff him anymore. You are forced to use all your resources in a useful manner. You can't try to greed or do any funny business when facing Simon.
yeah, especially that Simon
Yeah.
already read once time this bluff. But
Yeah, I
I
think
don't remember it was
the-
against Robo, I think.
I think this also changes because there is a double Revna in hand.
Yep, he's calling the bluff here.
So, yeah. Damn. Wow. Very well played.
Yeah, Kaisen.
Yeah,
was
Kaisen
my
does
case.
have double Revna in hand. So, like, the only way he kind of loses this is against an early tie bulk into harrowing or whatever.
Oh, not playing. So going for some damage this turn with double
Whoa.
Yep.
overwhelm unit.
Whoa.
Can just trigger the Saurian here. Now Simon. Can still defend pretty easily here. Just have a glimpse to refill. But losing that Tyborg was big.
Yeah, good thing that here we have Glimpse Beyond, so we are kind of not cooked on the resource department. But if we look at the Kaizen hand, it's actually probably the worst thing that can ever happen to a Gwen, any player when facing the deck, which is units.
They are unbuffed, at least the Ravenous. But will start ramping up.
Yeah, those Revenas are indeed a less scary thing that is happening right now for Salty Simon, because it's like paying 12 mana just to buff your entire board for 4.
Oh,
Which is-
not even trying to heal against that flock. Interesting.
You have so much mana open. That makes some sense.
Yeah. Let's see if there will be a better spot for that. But Simon did have 2 more pings to answer that.
Most interesting thing for me so far this game is I wonder if Salty Salmon will use the Heaven Align for a Night 4 or a Daybreak.
There is an answer.
Well, that answers that.
Alright. Kaizen developing on his attack turn. Oh. Simon did bluff a Ruination. That's why Kaizen didn't commit any more units here.
But this attack is clearing like a lot.
Indeed. And here we might just Nightfall max, and we for sure are.
Okay. Big Zoe gone. And Simon does have win cons in hand.
We can sneak some damage with elusives actually. And we can
Doesn't actually have a very wide board, which is kind of problematic for Simon, but yet again, it's just small, very small board.
Ooh, Kaizen disrespecting the Ruination here, maybe. But there was none. And does have an answer to that elusive Gwen here. Still a lot of damage though.
yeah, half
We
of the
still
Nexus
snip
damage
here.
got taken.
A little bit of snipping, and we kind of don't care about our units because if anything, we're just harrowing soon anyway. Like the game doesn't look scary at all for Simon. Like she can just
and the Tybulk, that's really good for Simon.
yeah, indeed. A Tybulk here with 2-level Gwen is
But does he
basically not
have
okay.
enough time to greed? You can play a Takan here. Oh, we are gonna go for the Takan, yes. Simon playing for the value once again. And last time we saw that was actually a pretty good way to just run the Revener out of units. And
Okay,
again,
Simon is still playing it slowly, in a way.
we
but
do
he's-
force the only interaction, yeah? That's a good enough attack.
So we're
And
planning
he's looking to get rid of the Tybulk.
Oh,
I mean, the
preparing to get rid of it, but then the harrowing is gonna come down.
Yeah, he kinda need to find a leader, which is not possible there.
Alright, that's some healing. But is it enough? Against 100 damage or so?
I think that's what we call a GG no Y angle. Because what can he do? I guess his only option is hope for, like, praying for a top deck and Moonlight Affliction top deck. Other than that, the game will look pretty tough.
Oh, yep. That is a harrowing angle. Not even getting the draw. Just all-inning on reducing Kaizen's board as much as possible. Before pulling the win button.
Here it comes.
And that is GG. Not even gonna see how much damage we get this time. Must have been 150 again for sure.
I mean,
Simon takes game 1.
each Gwen would have dealt 6 damage with the snips.
Yeah, then we have the Takan double Tyborg.
Yeah.
And we finally see the wings giving.
Okay. This
There's a-
matchup is very funny because I played it from Nila's perspective like a couple of times. It was basically like I either aggro you down or you aggro me down, which is a very weird dynamic.
Yeah, pretty much. But Simon, did
one
have
more
the
time!
temple in the opening hand. Oh my god! This
One more
time
time.
though,
Finding a target.
this time Kaizen got.
It's almost like when they changed Mariam text to that. If it happens every time.
Yeah, 2 times now. Alright, we do have neck attack and wings giving. And the Risu! Oh my god, that completes the curve.
But there
Not
is so far.
even gonna risk taking damage on the neck attack.
But there is
Is that what you
unanswered.
call a perfect curve, Lawa?
I mean, even
Since
got
you're-
another 1-drop here, like, yeah. Pretty much.
You're the Wings giving expert here, so you tell us what's happening here. Or what's about to happen, I should say.
Oh, we are transforming. Sadly didn't find a 3 HP unit, so the attack from this one is a little awkward.
Now there will be a premium transform.
Yep, and even if we Mystic shots the 1-3,
I think we just play the
can
temple
still...
and play and take like million damage.
Yeah. Oh, if we get enough pixels, we might be able to make out what we get here. It's gonna be 7-7, tough impact. And we just push the damage down to 6.
Yeah, and since we can almost identify that Kaizen have nothing but what he have on board, I mean, he have one more Elefante, but that's about it. We just...
Oh,
Oh boy. Okay, never mind, I said nothing. What
That
is that?
Rex.
Explorer top deck?
that Rex needs to hit. It doesn't.
It kinda did. Kinda did?
Not really.
Not really. You can't even Mystic Shot to kill the neck attack. Oh,
That's
Oh
bad.
boy.
that's...
We got the
Huh.
wiggly burble fish can win.
Elusive.
Come on, do it.
Yeah, but no. Alright, temple shenanigans are over.
Oh wow.
That was so important to hit like an overwhelm, like a relevant unit basic. To find that.
Oh yeah,
last
at least
piece damage.
the gotcha was enough. Wait, that is pretty much lethal.
Yeah, I guess.
It's even buffed with the shine.
5. Yeah, even if
Yeah, you cannot do much here.
Yeah. Doesn't even need to transform here. Would have lethal with the Pythos.
It looks like there is no
That is
games on the
GG.
stream today. We're gonna see the first game as well here.
Revna versus Jenna Naila.
Okay, so here we can see that it's a Revna angle against the Jananila, which is actually the deck that I predicted Simon to win on.
Oh yeah, Simon can pull off some very aggressive lines and spot some nice lethals on Jenna Naila, as we have seen today.
Yeah, and this is
Kaizen, Zoe into spirits.
yeah. Right now the score is 1-1. It's
Yep, one
like
more
Kaizen
game.
is chilling. Kaizen is chilling in the sense of if I lose, it's fine. I play one best of 3 because I didn't drop any games yet. I'm coming from winners, so I just don't get out like that. While in the meantime, Salty Simon is just he have to win this game or it's just over. Kaizen just wins.
Do have a bracket reset here. Simon getting another early gotcha.
I think the game is going so far so good for both players actually.
Ooh. Trading the Zoe already. Would have pretty much traded after the spirits as well. So just saving some HP.
We playing build rules, son.
And we see the temple again with no answer.
Will he do it? Oh yeah, he will.
Definitely.
I think he will do it.
Oh, that's gonna be a big temple. Also some units for free, that's also fair.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he will for sure do it.
Yep. No good attacks here. And we start the Gamba. Ding ding ding!
No good attacks, and our temple is definitely templing.
And we don't
Alright.
have Revna, so the game seems very hard for Kaizen already.
Yep. Playing the 2 HP unit first. Letting Kaizen tap out of another spirits. And now the Marinos are gonna hit the dome. Kaizen might need to look for a Yumi angle here. But he did give up his lifesteal unit. Ooh, pretty nice on the Zoe. Wait, he needs only 2 hits with the Zoe now. Oh,
Boom,
but
boom, guys here.
There's Rex again.
Yeah, this
Okay.
this round might get a little bit scary for Zoe if
Oh yeah.
Alright,
Okay, whoa!
that's a board clear.
That's the first Rex that actually hit something today.
Yeah. So he's still a threat if Kaizen goes for the line here. Can hush the Vikrash. But no. Taps below the buff, and Simon takes advantage of that to remove the Zoe and move on to the bracket reset. Whew.
Yeah. Guys, Simon really said, just one more game. I am not done here. I need to play more.
Oh yeah,
And
that was a game for sure. Like he is playing Jenna Nyla, so it's so interesting. It's like kind of aggressive, but it's just very calculated every turn.
yeah, and this best of three, I think it was very good for Simon, just because he took advantage of switching his ban from going from Nidalee to banning Shen Fiora, which actually was very good for him because no barriers, just life is much easier for him.
Yeah, but they just
and
end
now,
up beating Revna.
yeah, and now since Salty Simon just came with a different approach to win the best of three, now it's time for Kaizen to actually step it up and maybe time for him to think of a different strategy to gain the edge again.
Simon has the momentum now. Very important psychologically. And do you think we will see some rebans?
Yeah, I would assume that Simon will ban the Fiora again, like how the game just became much easier for him after he banned it. I'm just interested about seeing what Kaizen might do now differently.
Yeah, I guess we can go to the ban view and try and see. So it did work out for Simon. Is Kaizen gonna change anything? I mean, Jenna Nyla is very scary in the right hands, and Kaizen knows that, and Kaizen saw that. So will he change the ban maybe to Jenna Nyla? I doubt it, but I'm just gonna say he will.
I think he kind of have to. Because if we think about it, we can think of like, yo, if I'm Kaizen, I am losing to Ash and I am losing to Neela, right?
The thing,
But
like,
the thing,
only the Fiora really lost to the Ash, which means if Simon is banning Fiora again, then the better ban is just to leave the Ash open, I feel like.
yeah, leave Ash open and ban Neela. Because it's like I'm losing to Neela, I'm losing to Ash. Only difference is Neela can draw like 1 million card per turn, while Ash is just cannot draw.
Well,
So the
Yes,
chance
already
of Ash
moving to
breaking
the
is way higher.
game. Players are
Yep.
pretty fast. And
Let's see what
the bans were the same. The bans were unchanged.
the bans are unchanged.
So
All right.
Simon banned Fiora Shen and Kaizen banned Ash. So no Ash today, sadly.
Edge.
But we're gonna see one more Nidalee game.
All right. I mean, I think Kaizen is gonna take it this time.
I think Simon will actually take it.
All right. We do have a relatively slow hand from Kaizen here.
But actually, looking at the grand scheme of things for this game, I mean, I think Kaizen might take one game, right? But again, I'm not predicting against Jan and Neela because we don't actually see how the hand is. There's one of the decks that you actually cannot see what the hand is because it just gets rotated every single round, basically.
Yep. And we already see everything Jenna Nyla wants. Nyla into the Jenna. Only one Slipstream in the deck though.
Okay, so far Simon actually drew only champions. 5 champion in 4 rounds.
Alright. I mean, if Kaizen gets one good transform engine, best thing would be Wings Giving, of course. This hand is gonna be very scary. And Simon didn't draw the most aggressive hand. No Marinos. The one Slipstream, top of the deck.
Well, I will argue that this hand is actually very good for Simon. Those two units, they are good for as blockers, and they make Janna passive
Yep,
work
leveling
one
the
more time.
Janna, drawing 3 times, and even more draw in hand.
Whoa.
And Temple, but this time there's an answer file.
Yeah, I don't think Simon gonna gamble again with a temple. He lost the mind games last times against Kaizen, so
Yeah, as long as there are other options, don't need to play the Temple.
definitely.
Can also just updraft it.
Yeah, and here's kind of different for Simon because you cannot gamble with the Sunken because that's a 4 cost commitment. While the Tybook was just a 1 cost.
And he is going to updraft.
And
Oh,
actually,
he just used his removal for the big games. Oh no. This might get dicey here. As long as Kaizen survives the next turn.
Okay, so
and here
next
this is the
XP.
fourth Nila draw.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and he already got the overwhelm that he wants here. Whew.
Okay.
Oh my, that's a big attack from Nyla Janna though. Can even level the Janna, I think.
Oh, yeah,
She's very close.
we're going for it, for sure.
Oh boy.
Alright, I think Kaizen sees that he just needs to play the big game and double the overwhelm,
Oh wow. Going down to
and
3.
that's his only chance.
Yeah.
But that's only a 12 attack overwhelm, which
Look at
can
the
get blocked by the
Pythos,
Janna, even through the Pythos. Actually, Pythos is...
I mean,
Oh.
that's 2 more damage, right? If the other
Yeah,
part
you
goes
can
next
do it
to
on the block,
That's one mythic,
on the attack.
I think we
one
have-
burn.
So Simon needs to go for the burn here.
Yeah.
One mystic shot already.
Let's see,
2
let's
more
see.
draws.
Ooh,
Slipstream.
Miss
And
and miss.
No!
no.
Wait,
No, he's
no,
low.
that's not enough. That's 8 damage on the unit. Oh my god! And that's exactly lethal with the double overwhelm Pythos to the face.
Wow.
Against 1 mystic shot. Yep. Instead of
found
clicking
the
the surrender button, this time he goes out his own way. Doesn't want to get hit by the pie in the face. Would rather stay clean. And we see the power of the transforms and doubling. 1-0 to Kaizen. Let's see. Which deck will Simon pick next? Has to be Revener for Kaizen. And it's gonna be Janna Nyla again. With a really nice opening hand. Getting a draw 2 on turn 2 is always really nice. Only problem is, if we do hit a Marina, there is probably gonna be a Spirits Unleashed from the Revener player.
And here the population of Mythic Shot suddenly decided to show up after last game.
Yeah, at least we can take out this Yadulski here if we get the chance to. First, we just get it below being a brash blocker here. Braum is very good in this matchup. Especially if
Indeed.
he's buffed. I think he's buffed by 1. Let me check. No, he's unbuffed actually. And another temple against no temple answer. Are we gonna see the Gamba again?
Actually, it looks like an angle.
Yeah. You kinda have to here.
It just looks like an open attack angle into assessing the situation from there.
Kaizen picked up the Moon Silver, which can come in very clutch.
Five mana Revna.
Like here.
Classic one.
And that's just a handshake on an engine for an engine.
Yep. Only +2/+2 on the Revener, and there's the Rex. And another one for the discounts.
And the fangs.
Oh, this Rex is juicy.
Killing both
Okay.
lifesteal units.
Rex just said there is no live stealing in that house.
Yep. Kaizen could have played around that. They're playing maybe the Diana first. But maybe he wants the Diana to survive to kill the Nyla more than the lifesteal.
Ooh.
Just buffed out of the gotcha range. Revna did her job.
Ooh, 1 mana off.
Yeah. Zero cost gotcha back in the deck.
Not playing a skip stream. But I guess it's fine.
Another boom, boom, boom guys here. I actually wonder if we just send them in.
I think we wait for one more unit. But now with Braum, it's a bit too risky. So I think we can just
I think-
wait with it.
It's kind of risky with Broom, but at the same time we have a Howling Gale. Oh, yeah, okay, understandable Rex, okay.
I guess.
I guess Broom is the bad guy in this one.
Bye bye, Braum. And the 2 face is not exactly what you want here. But there is also no lifesteal for Kaizen.
Force it to stun here, actually.
Yeah. That's a lot of damage. And even after the stun, Simon can still remove a unit. Instead goes for the Yumi to get a second brash blocker. That's gonna be removed. And that would apparently have been too much damage for Kaizen.
Yeah.
And we go to the final game.
These games are too fast, man. Those two players are actually... They know what's happening exactly.
Yeah. Just wants to save mental for the more favored matchup, I thought. But
That's gonna
Simon's
be a final
20
game for sure.
version.
That's gonna be
Yeah, the
Keeping
last
the
game.
ruination.
We are
Yeah,
watching the
usually-
grand finale of the grand finale right now.
Usually I would say Revna is favored in this, but Simon's version is so aggressive with the harrowings and the ruination and the attacken.
Do you guys think that
He-
players gonna slow down because this is like the final game with a quite big of a stake, or they
I
just gonna
actually don't think so.
play their game?
Yeah. Just send everything.
Especially from Simon's perspective, he never slows down. I don't think I ever
Yep.
saw him slow down.
At the moment, we didn't get any important decision points yet.
The first one gonna be probably picking the explorer thingy. If we picking Grandberg removal or not this time, but first just a small celestial.
Okay. Do wonder why we picked the unit that just gets traded off here. Maybe it just fits better into this curve.
I think it's good in the sense of no tie bulks yet. And it's 2 HP with Spirit Unleashed, so it will survive for quite a bit, for like 1-2 rounds, until tie bulk is actually online. Or we will be forced to use a lot of resources for it.
Yeah, I guess if all our units are at 2 HP, then this 2-1 has to block one of them, can't block all of them.
Okay, suck.
But that is a lot of tempo back to Simon.
That was ironic.
And what do we pick? Oh, this time we go for the healing. I like it.
The mind games are too strong with that one. I would love for Simon to call the bluff though.
Yeah, and
It's always funny.
if there is a Revenant this turn, maybe he is allowed to just throw down the landmark.
Yep, it's happening. Especially that I believe the tie bulk is at least at... Actually, it's not that much, maybe 6-7. Yeah,
Oh, still
why.
scared.
I think tie bulk is at 6 right now. That's why.
Yeah, I don't know how much it is either.
Have to be at 6, because if he's at 8, you always play him. 5
Only
even, wow.
5. Oh, hoo. And
Yeah, like-
yeah, this is where the round where the charger comes in. You go 1 drop into the Saurian after you played the Revener. And that lets you capitalize on the draw. So very well played from Kaizen. Does lose
Now-
the units to the box though.
Really wonder if, yeah, Wild Feast is very good here. Because all we need to do is, like, survive. And then
mean,
when the
if
Starbucks
you-
comes online...
If you go for 1 Wild Feast here, I think you had to commit the other one. Because
Ooh.
now we see the healing coming into effect.
Humors is here.
Didn't even need to play around
I mean, the
the
healing...
kill spell, only the flock. But
Yeah.
just goes for it.
I'm just gonna say it again. I'm not sure why healing here over Plunder. Especially that Simon doesn't play Scorched Earth.
What are we getting?
Good question. Invoke would be very nice.
Also, like
That
double,
that's
The
it.
unit, it's fine, I guess.
double
And
half.
now we have tie box, ruination, and harrowing. Can Simon find the timings for them? First, you need to make Kaizen overcommit into the harrowing. Instead, goes for the tie bulk.
I mean, right now, we are just in a disintegrate waiting room as Simon. Other than that, the game might get very hard.
All right.
But
Exhausting
we
finals.
played Annie, which increases our chances of finding Disintegrate, actually.
That is true. One top
Obliterate
deck.
again.
Ooh. Will Kaizen get baited into the ruination? It doesn't look like it.
He's just all-inning.
Yeah.
Simon forced to... Wow.
Keeping that Zoe for last. And Simon has to defend
Wow.
with one flock, 2 whales, 4 damage to everything. Heal 6. There's a +3/+3 in Kaizen's hand. I'm not gonna calculate this. Let's just see what happens.
It looks like
It-
Tellstones is elite, I don't know.
If he buffs and he goes for it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he
this could be
buffs
it.
the hurt unit, he will
This
lose
could be
the
it.
flock.
This
If he
could be
buffs
it.
the Revener, he buffs the Revener.
Oh.
There's no more answer.
And that's all. That's over.
That's it?
That's it.
Wow.
And Kaizen finally, after being denied so many times in the finals, is
Wow.
your Aphrodite Summer Dawn champion.
Wow. Again,
Congratulations.
this was way closer. But hey, it's the grand finals. So what are we expecting? But the games to be as close as this?
Oh yeah, those were some really great games, I have to say. Especially Simon's Gwenny. He did manage to pilot that really well against the previous Reveners, but then fell short to Kaizen. Congratulations. Simon takes away second place, gets the 4 points, and 15, was it 15 euros?
For the second place, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
Kaizen.
with that one, Simon actually lost twice, not once. First time he lost here because he got second place instead of first, and the second time he lost the pick'ems. The bet on himself haven't actually worked out.
We will see if that changes actually. But yeah, Kaizen manages to take first place. 25 euros, 100 Aphrodite points. Sadly, no Aegis Worlds points though.
Yeah, this was a good day. Can we see the bracket one more time just to conclude it?
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna see the bracket just now.
Yeah, the day started off with Salty Simon and Vendorti, with Salty Simon actually winning and kicking Vendorti down. And then Kaizen against Robomaster. Kaizen won his game, making Robomaster also go to the lower bracket. And then it was Kaizen and Salty Simon playing in the upper final. Kaizen actually won on their first show-off that happened today, making Salty Simon and Robomaster beat in the lower final. But before that, that was the first loser round of Vendo and Robomaster taking the win. So Salty Simon won as well in the lower finals, facing Kaizen and Salty Simon for their second show off of the day, and Salty Simon actually wins it. And then for the last of the last game, the last show off between Salty Simon and Kaizen actually managed to win the game by a very, very, very close games. Like all of them
and
were very
we
close.
are joined by the champion. Welcome, Kaizen. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling so good, man.
Finally, you got a win.
Yeah.
After all this time, being in every league, getting so close, two
Yeah,
times finals.
I also want to bring Flixus to this interview, so maybe he can ask some questions as well.
Hello.
Hello, Felix. We've heard you
Bonjour.
today already, but that was
Yeah, you
How
heard
it
me
is.
accidental, but now I'm here for real. Hello, I'm glad to be here as well. And congratulations to Kaizen for finally winning an Aphrodite League.
Yeah, thank you, man. Did my like third time to the final, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
4 times
third
to
time.
charm.
Yeah, you were twice here, got second, but finally, first now. With a very
What did
close
you do?
games.
What did you think
Yeah.
going into this bracket? Did you think your lineup was nice? Were you happy with it?
I don't know. I think the final game it easy before it start because I think I can win. I need Gwen try, but Simon plays so good, so the final looked very close. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm back in.
So what did you think about Simon changing up his bands after the first loss?
I think the band it really like do anything. I think Simon always win my I always lose to Sen or Nidalee. The only way he really can win the match is try to 2-0 Refna. So I don't think the band it really
Yeah.
really do anything.
Yeah, that's basically what happened today. One time he did manage to do that, and the other time he didn't.
Yeah.
Actually, can we have a look at all the lineups that were brought today? Because I would be very interested what you think about the current meta and the decks that have been brought, and also generally your strategy going through the league. We in recent seasons we have heard different things about restriction strategies, and yeah, I would like to know your personal approach to the lineup strategies in the Aphrodite League.
For the whole season or just the final?
Yes, I mean both. You can talk about both if you want to.
I don't really know, but like I think the roof stat and it not really important. So in roof stat, you don't really want to play like all the good deck. Like I set my rep now for final. I think I want to set my Jana Nila for final too, but I forgot I already played one on the roof stat. So on the triangle, I have to play it. So final, I don't really have my good lineup. But yeah, I think a good strategy for the roof state is try to play for second or third, and you don't really want to risk on the good deck for that. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy.
Yeah, but what do you think, Kaizen, of the entire meta though? Because I see a lot of players actually hating on how the meta approaches, considering how other season was way more flexible. So what's your approach on this meta?
No, I really hate this standard meta. It's so boring for me. Like I would say it because the triple face of lineup it made the meta so weird. Because if you play the Poro King and the like Refna, you should loot for fun to the fearsome. So it make any lineup look weird. So I don't know. I never liked this meta. It's so boring.
Were you scared of anybody playing triple Mistwraiths in the finals?
Yeah, like I don't think we have any chance to win Repna and fearsome with any layoff. So yeah, it's more like 50-50 when you just building the layoff.
Yeah. And like only Simon had the Wraithcaller banned, right? When Dorothy and Rolo still had it open. And that was a targeted card in this league. You can only play it once.
Yeah.
Yeah, but actually, because you have been mentioning Simon, I am interested in your opinion on the Ash deck, the Ash Piltover. Because only Simon brought it, and he brought it last week as well. And it is quite spicy. It is an upcomer. So, yeah, Kaizen, what do you think of this deck, and why didn't you bring it?
Um, I, I don't really know, man. I think the deck is good, but I don't really like the deck because you don't have too much raw, and sometimes it just break for fun. I try to play a couple games on stream, but it never works for me. But I mean I have to ban it because Simon Harrow, I know I never can beat it deck, but yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely a big mid-range killer.
I see. So, at the start of the season, you declared Vendorti to be your rival for the league. Now, you actually won an Aphrodite league, and 1 month later, I would like to know: is Vendorti still your rival, or would you change it up after this double grand finals against Salty Simon?
I think it's still Melody.
The goat. So, I mean, of course, Vendorti is leading the Aphrodite point standings, which we could display really quickly. And you, Kaizen, after winning this, for the first time in the history of the Aphrodite League, you are second. You passed Lunaya. And that also is an achievement. You are the only person to reach every single finals, and as soon as we have the scores open, we can see that Vendorti is actually quite reachable in the upcoming season. Only 30 points away, and now I'm running out of ideas what to say to buy Stan more time to open it.
No, like I can open it, but we have the issue with the sound on that.
Yes,
Sorry.
okay, sure.
Yeah.
So I can just say it.
For the reason, you know.
Yeah, so I'll just say it. So now Vendorti is leading with 290 points. Kaizen has 260. And after that, Lunaya with 192. So, yeah, Kaizen, I wish you best of luck in the upcoming season.
Okay, but what about the important
Sebastian.
points?
What
Can
about
we see the important points?
Oh, those I can show definitely.
Are they updated already?
They are updated. And true. Ace! Congratulations, you did it with, we can't really see it because we don't have everything on the screen, but Ace has perfect predictions in this final stage. The only thing he got wrong was that Simon won 2-1 instead of 2-0, what Ace predicted. Other than that, every single result, every single placement was predicted correctly by Ace, and just like this, he could surpass Salty Simon, who got the lead after group stage and triangle record. And if Ace manages to qualify through the qualification tournament, he will get free entry. So, yeah, congrats to you, and maybe we can see you in the next league.
Yeah, I have a last question for you, Kaizen.
Okay.
Since this was probably the last tournament, competitive tournament in this meta, and we are approaching rotation very soon. So, is there anything in this rotation that you would like to see in next rotation, and what do you actually want to see in the upcoming rotation in the meta?
Wow. I think I don't want to see mid-range anymore because like it like 2 seasons I see the triple fish on layoff. So I don't really want to see it on the net meta. And I think I want to see Karma or Seraphine. Yeah. It probably Karma or Seraphine, but no set.
My guy.
It's finally time.
Yeah,
Please,
it's time
please,
for
Ryan.
Ionia again. Actually, yeah, everyone I speak to about that just want Karma or Seraphine to be back. It's like they are very good at interactive cards. Alone, of course, without set.
Yeah, without set.
Riot, if you are listening to us, you know what.
You're
Please.
funny. You're so funny, right? Engaging with community.
Well, thank you again, Kaizen.
Yes,
And,
thanks a lot, Kaizen, and thanks a lot to you, the casters. Thanks a lot to you, the players, for making this day happen, for making such a beautiful tournament.
Thank you, the viewers
possible.
as well.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a blast. Of course, I was behind the scenes, but every play, every moment. It was so beautiful, and I am so glad that we as a community are so strong that we're still standing together.
Yeah,
Lore never dies.
Lord
Yeah.
never dies.
talking about the community being together, like if you have not enough Intera for today, there is still one thing.
Yeah, very important. Very important.
It's happening in like 4 hours, so be there on the VOD or on the Midgapa stream to follow
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
But team is missing people, so maybe
Yeah,
we
you can
watch him
still
for
sign
his
up.
outstanding
please, I
casting
need help.
performance.
You can potentially
And
sign up, yeah.
I need help, please.
yeah, then thanks a lot for tuning in. Congratulations to Kaizen for finally, in his 5th attempt, to win the finals. And I'm looking forward to see you all in the qualification tournament next week. See you there. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. It's called also Ages Americas, and so it's like what we this started at 7 for me, and it ended at 3.
I didn't even play the top 8, and I was super exhausted. So I actually feel for those players that were actually in those, especially Vendo, man. Like he was just an absolute monkey today, considering how he played yesterday. What are you doing there, Rockload?
Yeah, I just wanted to show you the layout, so if you are here already, so we know what we are doing.
It's very cool.
I'm gonna have to go though.
Yeah, sure, I need to, but...
Thanks a lot, Lava, once again. Yeah, thanks a lot for helping us, and yeah, have a nice evening. Have fun later. As I said,
to Lava.
Shout out to Lava Law.
If you need me for playing later, but hit me up.
Okay.
If not, don't.
Yes, I need to study. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
See you, bye.
Bye, Lava.
Why
Okay.
he's not leaving? He's just not leaving. I don't know.
Yeah, so what is going to happen? Like, I do have basically at every possible like place. Like, I mean, you know, I'm gonna just show it. It's gonna be easier. So yeah, I have like prepared all the champions. As you can see the.
Really? Oh wow, that's actually big.
So like, you know, at every like cell that is here, there is like all the champions that I can just show. So I will just.
OBS actually must be dying right now.
Yeah, I hope it will survive. It's like. And like also I do have like some stuff to like in the middle on the screen, like just to show like the, I mean myself, or like the stuff, or like, you know, the other thing is like rules and stuff. So I will